Quick, everyone take off your clothes. It's working.
Just need a little more.
We love you, honey.
What it is, guys? It's your boy BlastphamousHD, and today we are here to check out a video called Simply Times Lois Griffin Hilariously Changed Her Weight. It should be festive. Let's do this.
Hey everyone, today's video is all about the hilarious times Lois Griffin's weight has dramatically changed in Family Guy. Number 1, the Fat Lois Incident, Season 4, Episode 22. One beautiful evening, Chris proudly announces he's done with his homework and is about to sit down to read a story, but Lois, with the sharp intuition only a mother can have, knows he's lying. It's like Santa knowing when couples are about to go to bed.
What was that?
Hey, what the hell? Hey. Get out of here! Okay.
Peter pops in, confused by the pregnancy test in the house, and Lois casually drops the bomb that she thinks she might be pregnant. Stewie, shocked, wonders how on earth his dad still has the skills to aim so well, and even compares him to Lee Harvey Oswald.
Mr. President, up here! I voted for you! Wait a minute. That guy on the grassy knoll's got a gun! He's gonna shoot the president! Holy smokes, I've gotta do something! All right, Lee, time to become an American hero.
Peter understandably hopes Lois isn't pregnant, as he barely has enough money to feed his current family, let alone another kid. Lois, however, speculates that they might have gotten a little reckless during a role-playing game.
Oh, I need a spanking. I'm a bad girl.
I'm a paladin with 18 charisma and 97 hit points.
Peter plays a knight with decomposition skills that had me laughing uncontrollably.
I can use my Helm of Disintegration and do 1d4 damage as my half-elf mage wields his +5 Holy Avenger.
Paladins can't use the Helm of Disintegration.
Oh. Okay, then I'm a black guy.
Luckily for them, Lois isn't pregnant, but just to be sure, Peter insists she get her tubes tied. Lois refuses. Neither of them wants to go through with the procedure, so Peter suggests they settle it with a no-rules race from their house to Boston.
There, eat my dust, Lois.
Fenway Park, duck boat tours. Fenway Park, duck
Of course,
boat tours.
Peter loses, and in a twist of fate and his own reckless joy, he ends up getting a
Duck
vasectomy.
boat tours.
Well, it looks like I'm a man with no sperm. But I'll always be a man with no sperm who once had a wonderful day.
That night, Peter chats with Cleveland about his newfound fear of never being able to have kids again, asking what he should do. Cleveland suggests freezing his sperm for the future, to which Peter nervously responds that the last time he tried to freeze his nuts, it didn't exactly go as planned.
Don't put your nuts in the freezer.
Bad squirrel. Those
Never
are
put your nuts
my
in the
nuts.
freezer.
My nuts.
Always goes back.
You're just a hungry little fella, aren't you? But those are my nuts. Oh, God, no! My nuts! My nuts!
The next morning, Peter heads to the sperm bank, only for an accident to occur that leads to his sperm getting mixed up with someone else's.
Nurse, I've got a splinter!
Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God! Oh, God, I think I feel them moving.
This results in Stewie gaining a half-brother.
It's a boy.
Victory shall be mine!
After Peter's vasectomy, his interest in sex takes a nosedive, leaving Lois worried. Meanwhile, Peter starts getting more excited about things like trying on adult diapers.
You know, I'd love to stay and eat with you, but I gotta go meet Cleveland Joe and Quagmire down at
Wow.
the bar. So, just put my dinner in the fridge and I'll heat it up later. Love ya!
For the following days, Peter completely ignores Lois, which drives her to binge eat in frustration.
Hey, boys, you having a midnight snack?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna grab something, too, and go back to bed. Alone. Again. Night.
Brian notices Lois is gaining weight, blaming Peter's lack of attention. He tells Peter to do something about it.
She's got elbow cleavage. You know that little wrinkle that fat people get on their elbows? It looks like a schwa? I mean, you wouldn't have sex with her, would you?
Oh yeah, I would.
The next night, Peter takes Lois out to dinner, but instead of a romantic evening, he turns it into a roast of his own wife. He repeatedly body shames her, leaving Lois humiliated.
Sorry, fat wife coming through. Sorry, excuse me, fat wife. Oh, hold on a sec. All right, bring her through.
She snaps, saying Peter is making her feel awful, to which Peter replies, "At least it's not as bad as the time I got a gig as a clown for prison inmates."
Come on, I just did it like 5 times.
Do it!
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like,
Never
it's
do
better
this.
than yours. Damn right.
Never do
It's
this.
better than yours. I can teach you, but I have to.
Get yourself bent
Over dinner,
a
Peter
prison
comments
seat.
on Lois's rapid weight gain, but instead of offering support or advice, he throws out rude remarks that only make her eat even more.
I'll show him fat. The only reason I'm eating anyway is because of him. He won't touch me. Do you think I'm fat?
Only if you think I'm a serial killer.
What?
Nothing.
Lois gains weight at an alarming rate, soon tipping the scales at several hundred pounds, prompting Peter to dub her Heozilla.
Oh, hey, Hogzilla. You happen to see my hot wife, Lois, around?
No, I haven't. Maybe she's out looking for a man who can satisfy her.
The atmosphere in their bedroom is getting increasingly grim as Peter continuously berates Lois for her size.
Hey, do me a favor. When you go to sleep, aim your butt the other way. Last night, for God's sake, you farted. I felt like somebody was sticking me with a cigarette lighter from the car. You're fat.
The turning point comes when Lois accidentally squashes Peter while lying on top of him. In an unexpected and somewhat magical turn of events, they both start to feel attracted to each other again.
Oh, Peter, are we having sex?
Let's check. Just lift up that fold right there. Yep.
After an amazing night, Peter finds himself more in love with Lois than ever. He even goes out of his way to prepare a massive spread of food for her.
Lois, last night was amazing.
It was, wasn't it?
Fat sex is the hottest sex we've ever had. There were so many boobs, I didn't know whose boobs I was grabbing. Your boobs or my boobs?
Lois agrees that last night was incredible, even better than the time Peter fantasized about being Danny Aiello.
Interesting, Danny Aiello. You've got the best Spike Lee stories. What's that? You want to meet my wife?
Peter, stop it.
Lois, just say hello. You're embarrassing me in front of Danny Aiello.
However, Peter, in his infinite wisdom, starts pressuring Lois to gain even more weight by force-feeding her sweets.
Come here, my fat concubine.
Hey, I'm not even hungry.
I want you bigger. I want you fatter.
No.
It will please me.
The inevitable happens when, during a romantic moment, Lois has a heart attack.
I have no idea if we're doing it or if that's just the back of your knee, but either way, it feels so good.
Ow, Peter, you're on my arm. It hurts.
Oh.
Oh, my chest hurts too.
Peter, being the loving husband he is, doesn't rush her to the hospital. No, he insists on finishing what he started first.
Oh my God, you serious? Oh, we should get you to the hospital. All right, hold on a sec. All right, almost done.
Peter!
Almost done. Okay, let's go.
At the hospital, the doctor proceeds to suck out all of Lois's excess fat, restoring her to normal. Peter realizes his mistakes and apologizes, and just in case you were wondering what happened to all of Lois's fat, well, it's safely stored away in a freezer with Peter Griffin.
Hey, Doc, what did you do with my mom's fat?
Oh, it's right here in the storage closet.
It's exactly what it looks like.
The Griffin family is gearing up for a boating competition at Carter's mansion, and Peter is ecstatic, hoping that this will be the year he finally gets to join the team. He reminisces about his past glory days in the Four Peters Club. Upon arrival, Lois is thrilled to find out she and Peter will be staying in the room she used to stay in during high school. Stewie, ever the critic, spots a cup in the room and says it's the second most impressive cup he's ever seen.
And the Grammy for Album of the Year goes to Justin Timberlake. Ha! It actually goes to Nelly. Nelly.
Meg is stunned to learn that Lois was once crowned Miss Teen Rhode Island at 16, and Lois proudly shares that she was even offered a modeling contract back then, though Carter wouldn't let her take it.
My girl is not lowering herself to modeling. That sort of uncouth activity is below this family. Now go away, I'm busy.
Meanwhile, Stewie stumbles upon a cash scam seminar in the house where people are taught how to get rich quick. Stewie, suddenly inspired, wonders what it would be like to live the life of a playboy.
Green light, red light. Oh, Brandy, you're out. Sorry, you have to sleep with Rob Schneider tonight. Making copies. I'll remember that.
I was born in 1987.
The next day, the Griffins gather at the harbor to compete in the boat race, where they're treated to a hilarious, slightly offbeat MC.
Newport would like to extend a special welcome to all those here today who have children stationed overseas in Iraq. I'm just kidding.
Since Carter refuses to let Peter join his team, Peter gets creative and enters the race in a bathtub. Classic Peter, right?
This is the SS Pewterschmidt kicker.
This is ridiculous. I won't have a member of my family racing in a bathtub.
Well, Daddy, you didn't want Peter in your boat, so Team Griffin is gonna give you a run for your money.
The race begins with John Hinckley.
Wow.
Yes, that John Hinckley as the starter. He's just been released from prison, and they let him do this.
You fired that gun real nice, John.
Wow, Jodie Foster. Hey, thanks.
Maybe I was wrong about you. Maybe I was wrong about all men.
As the race progresses, Carter continually mocks Peter, and Lois, fed up, decides she'll do whatever it takes to win, even if it means throwing Meg overboard.
Quick, everyone take off your clothes.
It's working.
Just need a little more.
We love you, honey!
Spoiler, they win the race, and Meg earns herself a new nickname, Sea Cow.
What is it, sir? That's what we call a manatee, boys. Or in nautical slang, the sea cow.
The Griffin's victory is splashed all over the news, complete with a photo that Chris remarks
They ruthless for that one, bro. Ruthless.
shows how great Lois looks.
Wow, Mom, you look pretty.
Thank you, Chris.
Lois, feeling proud, decides to revisit her childhood dream of becoming a model.
I'm gonna become a model.
Hey, that's fantastic, Lois. And I'll pleasure myself to your photos.
Me too.
Me too.
Oh, God, Meg, that's sick. That's your mother.
She tracks down Mort to get some of the photos she took when she was younger. Because, of course, Mort is one of her biggest fans. Her first modeling gig? A photo shoot for Mort's Pharmacy.
I believe it. All other pharmacies are ridiculous. Thereby prices reduce the competition.
While having dinner with Peter, Lois is approached by Cleveland, who asks for her autograph. Peter, puffing out his chest with pride, says, "I can't believe I'm sleeping with a model. I'm luckier than Bang from Rhode Island."
Well, I can't decide what to call this place. We'll flip a coin. All right, heads, Rhode Island. Tails, Kakapupupipishire.
As they dine, Karen Parada, a modeling agency owner, shows up and offers Lois a chance for more work if she signs with her agency.
Give me a call. Now perhaps some young gentleman would like to light me up.
Allow me.
Oh boy.
So, what's going on? You ever get freaky with that thing or what?
In her first professional photo shoot, Lois was absolutely thrilled, while Peter couldn't have been prouder of her.
Peter Griffin, how's it going? I'm hitting that.
Lois undergoes a major transformation after becoming a professional model, which sends Meg into a worried panic. She warns Peter, but of course, Peter couldn't care less.
Dad, how could you be okay with Mom parading herself around like this? I mean, she's half naked. It makes all women look bad.
Meg, who let you back in the house?
Things take a darker turn when Karen shows up at the Griffin house, offering Lois weight loss pills to help her maintain a model's body.
I just want to make sure you got everything you need. Hey, you like Pez?
Sure.
That night, Peter takes Lois to the Clam, where his friends focus entirely on Lois's looks. Peter's annoyed, but powerless. The crowd even encourages Lois to strip off her jacket, and she obliges.
Jack it up! Jack it up! Jack it up! Jack it up! Jack it up!
All right, that's it, that's enough.
Peter, upset, tries to stop Lois from becoming the town's newest obsession, but she's furious and storms off to the bathroom.
Pretty much.
Come on, come on! Go away!
In her emotional turmoil, she swallows the weight loss pills. Lois starts acting erratically, even spending the whole night out and not returning until morning.
Hey there, sweetie. I got a wax this morning, and let's just say you're cleared for landing, huh?
Oh,
Giggity.
boy.
She breezily claims she was just hanging out with some girlfriends, but drops a bombshell. She's been invited to a Vogue magazine party, and the guest list is more exclusive than the Garden of Eden.
So basically, you can eat from any tree you want except this one.
Can we sit underneath it? You know, I would just not go near it at all.
At the party, Lois and her model friends engage in a disturbing contest to see who's the skinniest. Yes, Lois is now so thin it's downright shocking.
Check out these ribs, Lois.
Oh, yeah? That's nothing.
The milk's gone
Go
bad.
ahead, try them out.
All the titty gone and stuff. Come on, baby. Hey.
Hey, not bad.
Peter, desperate, turns to Carter for help, knowing that Carter might be the only one who can control Lois at this point. But Carter has one weird condition. Peter has to eat a pine cone first.
Eat it. It will amuse me. How is it? How does it taste?
It's awful.
Finish it. Eat it.
I hate it.
Eat it. Eat it. Swallow it.
It hurts.
This is for Lois. Go on.
They disguise themselves as hipsters and crash the Vogue party to drag Lois back home. Once there, Carter forces Lois to quit modeling, but she stubbornly refuses. Only when Peter speaks to her with heartfelt sincerity does she realize how much he loves her and how out of control things have gotten.
I just want you to be happy.
This is ridiculous. No daughter of mine is going to be happy.
Excuse me, Carter. I think I owe you this. That's for giving me a book last Christmas. You're rich, you jerk.
Lois, seeing Peter's love and support, comes to her senses, and everything returns to normal.
Hey, you want to make him really mad, Lois? Let's have sex on his back like we used to.
Oh.
Oh, what the hell's going on? Oh, ew, 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 ew.
Number 3. Lois becomes a muscle girl in Season 18, Episode 10. The story kicks off when Lois gets a headache over Chris's terrible music skills. And why is that? Oh, just because his music teacher quit and was replaced by a bird.
See you tomorrow, Mr. Mason.
Lois thinks it's time to talk to the principal, but Chris disagrees. Peter, on the other hand, supports Lois, claiming that Chris shouldn't mess this up like Ski Low messed up his wish.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat.
Ski-Lo?
What?
You need money.
At school, Lois objects to having a bird teach music. Since she used to play piano and teach it for years, she suggests becoming the new music teacher.
Well, that changes everything.
I'm not gonna have sex with you.
I know. I just farted.
At dinner, Lois proudly announces her new gig as the music teacher, leaving Chris and Meg stunned, while Peter just wants a timeout in marriage.
I think Dad did this wrong.
Yeah, we supposed to be the frozen ones?
Dad's a loser.
Yeah, he sucks. Stop it.
Why? He can't hear us.
But I could hear them, and it hurt.
I couldn't stop laughing when Peter says, I can hear them, and it hurts so much.
Turns out, if you're gonna learn how to stop time in wizard school, don't leave class early to be the first in line for lunch. It was pizza day, and you'd think it's gotta be pretty good pizza being made by a magic wand and whatnot. But it was just okay.
The next day, Lois walks into school as the new music teacher, and her grand entrance makes the students crack up.
I'm your new music teacher, Mrs. Griffin, and I started from the bottom, now I'm here, so rap.
Oh my god, you're so lame.
Lois kicks off the class with, what is music? And a deaf student answers, nothing. Then, the stubborn Connie chimes in.
Stupid.
Connie, you're just afraid, so you lash out. I get you, because I was you. Headstrong, full of anger, and a body that looked like it stepped right out of Red Book magazine.
Is that good?
Yes, that's good. You don't know. Shut up.
Connie, the rebellious student, clashes with Lois, pushing her to angrily say, get used to me, because Mr. Mason's at home with his wife.
Sweetie, it's the middle of the day. What happened? Oh,
no.
Well, I hope this doesn't affect our plan to have eggs. You wanted this to happen!
Lois vents to Peter that she's having trouble with Connie, but Peter, unsurprisingly, can't help and leaves.
Connie D'Amico. The name sounds familiar. I better go check Meg's yearbook. Pages 4, 6, 11, 27, 41, 42, and 60 to see if it's the babe I'm thinking of.
Lois sighs and wonders if she's cut out to teach high school, as she froze up with Connie earlier. Brian advises her to get tough, show Connie who's boss, just like Brian did with those squirrels.
So not a huge deal, but if you guys could keep your chittering down, I'm trying to get some writing done in the house.
Oh yeah, no problem, bro. Also, maybe you could go
Your own face, huh? Could that be good? Yeah!
Actually, Brian couldn't control the squirrels. They humiliated him and Stewie roasted him.
All right, thanks, guys. Stewie, what are you doing here?
I followed you into your cutaway because I didn't believe you showed anyone who's boss. And I was right.
Did you get a sleeve tattoo of Freddie Mercury?
Yeah, it's a cutaway.
On day 2 of teaching, Lois tries to show the kids how music connects to life by playing the piano, but Connie makes her look ridiculous.
And finally, I got to school early and diarrheaed in the girls' locker room. The end.
You suck!
Lois, fuming, sends Connie to the principal's office and tries to stay calm while waiting for the bell to ring.
And then I will suddenly talk much louder and faster as you're heading out the door, okay? And remember, there's a quiz a week from Wednesday.
Oh, man!
Good, that means you heard me. This is how Hollywood thinks school teachers talk.
The principal decides to expel Connie for disrupting class 3 times this year, and Connie, furious, vows revenge on Lois.
Mr. McBride, do you know why you're here?
Yeah, maybe because I'm awesome, and you're a gay homosexual, and also the word jet ski a lot.
Yeah, you know why you're here.
Connie takes to social media to smear Lois, and Meg mentions that Lois is being cyberbullied, but Lois, ever unbothered, brushes it off.
Cyberbullying? Me? By the way, Vili Fu'ala'u is now a DJ in Seattle.
Stewie, however, compares Connie to that bratty Armenian kid in the candy shop.
Hey, little boy, can I help you?
Yes, I wish to buy business and turn into car wash.
Connie's revenge escalates when she spreads a rumor that Lois is transgender, forcing Lois into an uncomfortable date with a tomboy.
So, I got my blacksmith certification. I can make axes now.
Ah.
You in the market for an axe?
I'll keep this on the DL Hughley, but your next date should be with Christ.
Lois is exhausted from dealing with Connie, and Peter, as usual, doesn't care, suggesting Lois should just go to the police if Connie's ruining her life. Lois doesn't want to argue with ringing phones and typing sounds at the station.
She hacked all my internet accounts.
What?
Connie, I think she hacked my Twitter.
Well, without any hard evidence, Lois, I'm afraid there's nothing we can do.
Fine. I knew this would be a waste of time.
At the supermarket, Lois can't even buy her favorite paper towels because Connie bought them all, while Peter is distracted by weird new milk products.
So sorry. I need them all for the big mess you've made.
Hey, Lois, do we need any jeans milk at home? Oh, hey, Connie. Nice shopping outfit.
Lois tries to convince Connie to leave her a few rolls of Viva, but of course, Connie says no and even mocks Lois, pushing her to threaten her.
That's it. You'll pay for this, Connie. You better watch your step.
Ah, darn it. I couldn't open my camera in time. Oh, you can just text me yours.
I'm not texting you. I don't know you.
Then, out of nowhere, Connie dies in a mysterious accident with her car's brake line cut. The police suspect Lois since she threatened Connie earlier.
We've got you on grocery store video threatening Connie D'Amico. You're under arrest for her murder.
What?
Guys, my mom was arrested for Connie's murder. No quiz!
Brian insists Lois didn't kill Connie, but all evidence points to her, so Joe is forced to arrest her. Peter, panicking, doesn't know what to do if Lois is gone.
2 or 3 more jokes, Peter.
So long, this is us.
Last one, maybe.
So long, see in my dining room.
You got a stronger one to end on?
So long, bitchy 2 a.m. blanket pulls.
Ah, there we go.
Peter.
Brian and Peter decide to become reporters to prove Lois's innocence. But when Lois calls from jail, Peter doesn't ask any questions about the case.
Peter, I don't have time for this.
I don't have time for underwear that bunches up. That's why I wear MeUndies. Perfect underwear for hanging yourself in your jail cell.
Back at home, Peter and Brian search their bedroom for clues. But all Brian finds is Peter's Nerf gun from last summer.
No way, she said I lost that. She deserves to be in jail. Hey! Suck on that, Lois.
That was very close to my eyes, Peter.
It wasn't close to your eye.
That's why I took it.
It was so far from your eye.
And Peter, after racking his brain, comes up with the crazy idea to tear people's faces off to find the real killer. Predictably, that doesn't work.
Twins? Guess again. The newspaper is embarrassing me.
Defeated, they head home, but joy returns when Lois is freed because Joe discovers the truth. Connie faked her death to frame Lois. Peter humorously asks Joe about the pig Connie used to fake her death.
Yes? Excuse me, folks. Do you have a daughter named Peppa?
Yes.
You're gonna want to sit down.
And finally, we get to the moment we've all been waiting for. Lois, now jacked after her time in prison, makes Peter tremble in fear.
Do you like it?
I do, and I don't. You know, it was nice being held up against a wall, but when you made me suck the hairdryer, I enjoyed it. I did, but I don't want to do that specific thing again.
With superhuman strength and rapid healing, Peter is terrified of sleeping with her, and who can blame him?
Because I'm ready for round 2. Just gotta make sure the kids don't come in. Now no one can get in, and no one can get out. Hands on the headboard, Chief.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 4, Lois gets buff in season 20, episode.
Oh, God. That's something so scary that I've never had a nightmare about it because my brain loves me too much to do that. Think about that.
Episode 11. On Valentine's Day, Peter gives Lois an exercise bike, but Lois thinks he's pranking her.
How dare you buy me something that suggests I need exercise?
This is a loud way to say thank you.
After hearing her parents argue, Stewie and his siblings are downstairs discussing their plans for splitting up the divorce assets.
Anybody have Valentine's Day in the divorce pool?
That would be Meg.
Boom, boom, boom.
Picked a holiday. Smart. She's smart.
After some convincing from Peter, Lois decides to give the bike a shot. The next morning, she starts pedaling away, guided by the hilarious Cody Spraytan, who shares a story about almost meeting Adam Levine.
It's 2016, it's Vegas, I'm coming off a horrible breakup. First pool party in, I see who I think is a dirty man with tattoos, and I'm like, ugh. But then I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
The next day, Lois tries out the bike's scenic ride feature and picks Tour of France.
And I saw one get hit by a truck over there.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of squirrels get hit by a lot of things.
There are a lot of stupid squirrels.
Shouldn't you be wearing bike shorts instead of jean shorts?
Yeah, shorts are shorts.
Here she meets Dennis, who completely disregards any rules, making Lois groan with annoyance.
Bite me!
This isn't very fun. When are we done?
We ride until my ass falls out.
It's already out.
Then we're done.
After a few days of cycling, Lois starts to get into it. The next morning, she faces a new rival, Bonnie, and the two have an epic race.
You're not taking this from me, bitch. Suck it, Bon!
As they lose control, they begin bickering, eventually calling their husbands to cut the power.
Go rolling dirt, you pig!
Your hair dye stinks! Tell your daughter to stop watching me change!
Peter, go cut her power!
Hey.
Lois quickly becomes ridiculously buff, so much so that Stewie doesn't recognize her and assumes they've rented their house out to a European student.
Hey, little man.
Lois? But you're hot.
All right, everyone out. I got a soupy keister.
At dinner, Meg compliments Lois on her fit body, while Chris says she looks muscular, comparing her to Madonna.
You look like Madonna.
You want to say that again? Who do I look like?
The mom from Modern Family.
That's right. Julie Bowen. That's the appropriate answer.
Lois jokes that Peter should try the bike, but he flat out refuses, until Lois points out how cool cycling looks.
Name one cool person who rides a bike.
Kermit the Frog.
Okay, skinny legs, here I come.
However, Peter's out-of-shape body leads to him riding the bike with terrible posture, injuring his man jewels.
Ow! 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 My balls!
Why would
the
you
other one.
You should stop.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Brian, lounging outside, hears Peter's agonizing scream and instinctively barks in sympathy, because, of course, dogs do that.
Excuse me, I have to go bark.
At church, Lois asks Stewie if he wants to join her at a mother and child class the next day. Naturally, Stewie thinks Lois is asking him out and agrees, thinking she's showing some muscle-bound affection toward him.
Are you asking me out on a date? Well, I'm gonna have to get waxed first. I want you to make it look like Caillou.
He's feeling pretty good about Lois's new tough guy persona and can't wait for some one-on-one time with her during the class.
You ready to play again? Me too. My refraction period is very short. I finish fast, but I can go a lot. Some people prefer that. A good refractor.
When the drumming game starts, Stewie imagines Lois as a ripped guy teaching him how to drum, but then it's Stewie's turn to stand behind Lois and guide her, which just turns into a hilarious moment that leaves the audience in stitches.
Is everyone watching? Are they impressed with how quickly I refracted?
When they return home, Brian asks how the date went, and Stewie says everything was perfect, except Lois already had a kid. What's funny here is that at the end of the sentence, Stewie adds a weird sound effect that somehow summons a horse.
I'm here now. What is it?
Oh, no, I was using that to punctuate my sentences.
Don't do that. I walked very far thinking I'd get a carrot. Very far. There's no carrots, guys.
Later that night, Lois tucks Stewie into bed and walks away, causing him to burst into tears because he wants to sleep with Muscle Lois. And surprisingly, this tactic works.
You can sleep with Mommy in the big bed tonight, okay?
The big bed? Well, Rupert, don't wait up, because I'm gonna be...
The next morning, Stewie excitedly tells Brian that he slept with Lois, though in his case, slept with Lois just means he got some quality bedtime cuddles with his muscle-bound mom. Stewie, ever the naive little guy, is just trying to act grown up, though it's clear he has no clue what's going on.
Look, all I know is I woke up sideways on the other end of the bed from where I started. But tonight is the night it is going down.
Brian, utterly confused, watches Stewie make a big deal out of it and just decides to leave to grab a coffee and sunbathe instead.
Chris was FaceTiming with a foot in there. I'm gonna just call it a day, go to sleep. Dogs can just do that.
Does anyone know how to send athlete's foot spray to Romania?
By evening, Stewie decorates his room with flowers and candles for a romantic night, allowing Rupert to be the audience for his little charade.
Tonight is the night, Rupert. She's gonna be here any minute, and I need everything to be perfect. You'll finally get to watch, you little freak.
Stewie is all set, but when Lois appears, she's no longer muscular. This utterly crushes him, and he storms off in disappointment.
Mind if I join you?
Don't mind at all. Wait! Where's that rippling hot bod? No, you can't still watch. There's nothing to watch. It's not happening.
And the episode wraps up with Lois offering some sage advice. Don't buy exercise equipment you don't use, and don't leave it scattered all over your house.
Please, before you buy one of these pieces of equipment, think about if it's gonna be better than watching Ozark. Thank you. Ah, damn it! Who put that weight there?
Number 5, Lois becomes a giant in Season 5, Episode 10. The story kicks off when Meg wants to throw a huge party with her friends and a band. Lois and Peter agree, which makes Meg ecstatic. Only, Peter and Lois have no idea what kind of party Meg is talking about.
What's she talking about? A party for what?
I don't know. She have a period or something? She getting married?
No, if she was getting married, we probably would have seen a guy around, right?
Sound reasoning.
You guys, it's Meg's birthday next week.
It turns out they completely forgot Meg's birthday. In fact, Peter openly admits he hates kids' birthday parties, claiming it's worse than the time he got stuck behind Robert Loggia at the airport.
Can you spell that for me?
Certainly. That's Robert Loggia. T as in Tim. Look over there. It's Robert Loggia. Space. L as in look. It's Robert Loggia.
Later, Peter orders a birthday cake for Meg, but when the baker asks how old Meg is, Peter has no clue. And it's not just Peter. Lois doesn't know either.
No, I have no idea. Don't you remember me faking my way through her last birthday? You are going on, fellas will fall in line.
Lois wonders if she should ask Meg her age, but Peter feels it would be awkward. So naturally, he comes up with an even worse idea. They go upstairs to Meg's room and attempt to drop hints so she'll reveal her age. Spoiler alert, the plan fails miserably and Meg gets furious.
You stupid son of a bitch! You don't even know how old I am!
Meg, that kind of language is not appropriate for a girl your age. Or is it?
I'm gonna be 17, you jerks!
She's the jerk.
The Griffin family welcomes guests to Meg's birthday party, including Francis, Peter's stepdad.
Here, this is for Megan.
Oh, what is it?
It's a cookie from lunch period at the home.
Well, I'm sure she'll love this.
I want to see her eat it.
Quagmire also shows up to wish Meg a happy birthday, but what he's really interested in is Meg's friends.
Hey, you know there's a drink named after you? The grasshopper says, you mean there's a drink named Irving? So which one of you wants to lose your virginity?
Meg complains to Lois that the party is boring, and Lois tries to comfort her by saying Peter has a big surprise in store. Peter, of course, dresses up as a clown and presents Meg with the gift of a pile of handkerchiefs he pulled out of his mouth.
Yeah, I don't think you're actually supposed to swallow those.
Here you go, Meg.
I don't want them.
Take them.
Not only does Peter swallow a bunch of handkerchiefs, but he also has to pull out the jeans, causing him serious pain in the process.
Hey, are my long johns tied to the end of those?
No.
Oh, God.
What are you doing, man?
Ow! Ow!
Meg is dying to open presents, but when she looks over, she sees Stewie, the little gremlin, has already opened every single one.
What the?
Yeah, let's see what else we've got here. The first season of Sister Sister on DVD.
You're welcome.
Lois, understandably upset, scolds Stewie, but Stewie, being a toddler, thinks it's his gift, and that he has every right to open it, especially after being tricked by an Asian Santa at the store.
What you want? What you want for Christmas?
I was thinking maybe one of those old-timey...
Too late! Take too long! Sad Christmas! What you want?
Fire truck!
What color?
Red!
Next!
Peter, meanwhile, doesn't care about any of this and is just chilling with his beer. When Francis sees Peter, he demands that Peter take off his clothes because he looks like a clown.
You look like a damn fool. Dad, you won't say that when you see my grand unicycle finale.
Naturally, Peter ignores him and proceeds to take his unicycle out to entertain everyone. The result? Francis ends up in the hospital with severe internal injuries.
All right, this is gonna blow you guys away. Grandpa!
Oh my God! Is he breathing?
Somebody call an ambulance!
Lois, maybe you better call 2 ambulances.
Before he dies, Francis musters up the strength to deliver a final message to Peter.
Never get a unicycle stuck up your anus, man. When women find out, they won't believe you that it was an accident.
You're a fat, stinking drunk. There's gotta be something I can do. Maybe I'll bury him in the pet cemetery. Okay, I'll bury him in a regular cemetery.
The Griffin family is solemnly mourning Francis's death, but behind closed doors, Lois and Brian are secretly celebrating because, let's face it, Francis was kind of a jerk.
We're all gonna miss him.
Tragic. After this, Peter swears off alcohol and switches to something even worse, another terrible habit.
Peter, what are you doing?
Crack? What the? Hey, at least I'm not drinking, Brian.
Yeah, this isn't exactly a good substitute. Where'd you get crack?
From blacks. What?
Brian encourages Peter to find a healthier way to quit drinking, but not before he tries his new habit first.
Hey, Peter, just thought I'd check on you. Oh my God!
Government came and took my baby!
Meanwhile, Stewie is in full troublemaker mode, snooping through the adult stuff, this time Lois's jewelry drawer.
Oh, what's this? Hot Monogamy, the board game for failing marriages.
What the fuck?
Dare card. Have her do a striptease and see how long it takes you to get a boner.
When Lois catches him, she's furious and demands Stewie return her jewelry. But Stewie, not listening, breaks one of Lois's necklaces, pushing Lois to the edge, and she slaps him.
Then, if I can't have it, nobody can!
That is enough!
You struck me!
Stewie, in classic Stewie fashion, runs off to his room, locks the door, and cries, claiming he's never been so scared since that time he rode with Mother Teresa.
She is messed up, man!
Shut up! Just shut up! Let me think!
Push her out.
We can't leave her alone!
Push the bitch out!
In his panic, Stewie imagines Lois as a giant, coming after him with brutal force.
I'm sorry, I misbehaved!
Oddly enough, the thought of being punished fills him with energy and excitement. Just as Stewie is embracing this weird new fantasy, Lois enters the room to comfort him.
I promise promise I will never lay a hand on you again.
Well, let's not make any rash decisions. I mean, I did provoke you. Come on, Lois, hit me. Beat the crap out of me. Step on my cubes.
The next morning, Stewie approaches Lois, hoping she'll punish him again, and even starts making mischief to get her to scold him.
Oh, what's next? What's next? What's next? Oh, God, I've been so bloody naughty. Oh, I need to be taught a lesson, and you're the one to do it. Ah! Oh, thank you!
But Lois, learning from her mistake, refuses to discipline him. So Stewie, disappointed, tries a new tactic. He draws a giant picture of heavyweight boxer David Tua on the wall, hoping it'll make Lois mad enough to slap him. But Lois? She just grabs some cleaner to wipe it off, leaving Stewie utterly deflated.
Come on, discipline me. Make me wear panties, rub dirt in my eye, violate me with a wine bottle. My God, I really do have problems, don't I?
Word? Type of nasty shit. Careful, man. That's how they got Johnny Depp. At least that's what Amber Heard said. He used the whole Coca-Cola bottle.
Sure, hanging out with Peter Griffin could corrupt an angel, but let's be real. Cleveland Brown isn't even trying to be one. Don't let that mustache and soft voice fool you, folks. This guy's going straight to the slammer, and honestly, it's about time. Kicking off the list is Cleveland totally forgetting about his stepson, Rollo, and boy, does that negligence cost him a whole lot. Yeah, Cleveland isn't winning any Father of the Year awards anytime soon. In the episode Fat and Wet, Cleveland impulsively decides to buy a swimming pool. The only justification I can give this is that maybe he was going through a midlife crisis. He shows off the new pool he bought, but things spell trouble when Rollo almost gets into the pool.
Rollo! What did I tell you about getting too close to this pool?
Calm down, Donna. The boy's just trying to have some fun.
Don't tell me to calm down. I told you I think this pool is dangerous. It's like now we've got 2 loaded guns in the house.
Okay, it's nice to know that someone had tried talking sense into Cleveland, but let's be real, it's Cleveland we're talking about. Listening to advice isn't exactly his strong suit. When Donna heads out, she gives Cleveland very clear instructions.
Will you keep an eye on Rollo while I run to the store? Make sure he stays out of the pool. Cleveland. Cleveland, do you hear me?
Nana, isn't the answer obvious? I mean, the dude is all relaxed and chilling with his floaties. She leaves, and of course, it doesn't take long for disaster to strike.
Oh, he sees an opening and he takes off. Help! I can't swim. Somebody help me!
But no, that's not the worst part.
Oh my God, no! They're doing another season of The Bachelor?
Dude, what is wrong with you? A kid just drowned right next to you. Rollo's body surfaces back to the top of the pool and floats to Cleveland. And you think that's where he'd finally realize what happened. Well...
Wait a minute. I don't remember buying a coaster shaped like a dead kid! Rollo, my angel! Oh, can you hear me? Oh, God, if you die, I am never getting laid again!
Cleveland tries all he can to bring Rollo back.
I should have done this before the plunger.
You think? All of his methods fail, so he goes for a final option.
I gotta bury the body. Even better. Rollo, are you okay?
He might be, but not you, Cleveland. You need some mental help. Along with me. Rollo is just happy to be alive and wants to tell Donna all about Cleveland being a hero, but not so fast, kiddo.
Rollo, if your mother finds out you were running around this pool, woohoo! Boy, will she be mad. At you. She might even ban you from the pool completely.
A hero and a genius.
Well, what can I say? This hero and genius would be charged with negligence and child endangerment. This is for failure to act in a responsible manner when he was supposed to be supervising Rollo. He'd be facing 2 years imprisonment and a fine of $10,000. And that's how we're starting this video off. As we go on, the crimes get worse and worse. Cleveland then absolutely messes up when he decides to teach Junior how to be a tough kid. A lesson that goes horribly wrong. It all starts in the episode Skip Day when Junior is given an award for being the only student to show up in school on Skip Day. That should be a mark of academic seriousness, and any parent should be proud. Well, not when that parent is Cleveland.
Look, Junior, You know I think you're a great kid.
Thank you.
Quiet. But if you want other people to respect you, you can't always blindly follow the rules.
But rules are our friends.
Well, if you want any real friends, you better start standing up to authority.
And so, in Cleveland's twisted way of parenting, he decides to tutor Junior on how to become tougher.
I want you to be a renegade.
Okay.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Don't say okay to everything.
Sorry.
And don't say sorry all the time.
Okay.
No! Oh, forget it. Just go to bed.
Of course, Junior is struggling to keep up, and Cleveland, his patience is running thin, decides to speed up his son's learning process.
Here, chug this beer.
I'm not 21. Plus, I'm on allergy medication that shouldn't be mixed with alcohol. But if you say so...
That's the worst thing you could do.
Brother, I'm face palming so hard right now. Who do I even blame? Cleveland for being such a jerk of a dad, or Junior of having no spine of his own? But whose fault is that? Junior gulps the beer and, surprise, surprise, he ends up in a hospital bed.
I'm sorry. We did all we could. He's dead.
Yeah, that's
Junior, please don't leave me.
Okay.
Ah, you're hopeless.
Cleveland will be facing charges for child endangerment again, or reckless endangerment, for knowingly giving his son something that could harm him, especially since it resulted in hospitalization. The penalty for child endangerment will have him paying a fine of $10,000 and 2 years imprisonment. But for also supplying a minor with alcohol, he'll be facing another fine of $5,000 and a year behind bars. So in total, that's 3 years and $15K. In the episode Field of Streams, Cleveland takes things way too far by breaking into the school to steal back his old jersey. That's right, he risks a felony charge, all for a dusty piece of fabric. Cleveland decides to visit his alma mater to only be disappointed by what he finds.
Look at this place. The bleachers are covered with racist, occasionally hilarious graffiti. I'm surprised the team can even play on this mess.
Oh, no, there is no team. When Wally became principal, he disbanded the baseball program.
For someone who was the school's baseball star during his time, Cleveland decides to do something about it.
Ollie, this school needs a baseball team.
Can't afford it. Not with the popularity of the math club and the Fluffers, my a cappella singing group.
What if I could raise the money before the season starts?
Why not? I'd love to see you raise $5 grand in a week.
And at this point, I gotta ask, does Cleveland really care about the baseball team, or is it just for his ego? Anyways, as I'm pretty sure the saying goes, put your money where your heart is, so Cleveland decides to raise money.
We've made $422 in 5 days. We're on our way.
You're doing terrible, man. Dap me up. Let's go. Thankfully, Terry comes through with a check for $120,000. The money speeds things up a bit, and the field is ready.
You get the hell out of here.
Now Cleveland steps in as head coach and decides to have Cleveland Jr. join the baseball team. But his son is not the athletic type.
I can't, Daddy. I'm signing up for a different after-school activity. Math club.
Frickin' nerd. Dap me up. There it is. As if having his son sign up for math club wasn't bad enough for his pride, Cleveland runs into his former coach.
So, I see you're still a fan of the chewing tobacco?
Hot Brown, what are you doing back in town, you big-headed SOB?
Believe it or not, I'm the Growler's new head coach. Unfortunately, my son would rather join the math club.
And you're just gonna sit there blubbering into your beer?
Never let your homies call you by your stripper name. Don't ask me why, but just don't do it.
The Growler's new head coach. Unfortunately, my son would rather join the math club.
And you're just gonna sit there blubbering into your beer?
Well, not now.
What kind of coach are you?
The meeting moves Cleveland, and he decides to convince Junior to sign up.
That's Cleveland Brown Jr. wearing the original jersey his father made famous. After 25 years, Hot Brown number 9 is back at the plate.
Oh, you just know this is a disaster waiting to happen. The jersey doesn't make the player.
Like number 9 is a hot brown mess. Brown number 9 makes you hate the game itself.
The Growlers should retire that jersey again. Retire it to the can.
This is what happens when you force kids to do stuff they're not meant for. And so to prevent his legacy from getting shredded too, Cleveland decides to step in.
Oh no, where's my dad's jersey? Someone stole my dad's jersey!
Not just someone. This security footage should answer all your questions.
He steals his own jersey back from his kid. Brother, that's just despicable. And worst of all, Junior gets to watch him do this on the security tape.
Hey, what are you watching? The Cleveland show? Ba-da-ba-ba-uh-oh.
Was it really worth it? The legal trouble Cleveland's gonna be dealing with is not cheap. For breaking and entering, he'll be facing 1 year in jail and a $4,000 fine. Then for stealing the jersey, which is basically theft, he'll also get 3 years behind bars and a fine of $2,500. Add it all up, and Cleveland will be facing 4 years in prison and $6,500 for a jersey. That is mind-boggling. Next up on the list is Cleveland's many, many moments of public indecency. Now, sure, most of the time it's not exactly his fault. His house just keeps getting wrecked by his terrible neighbors.
What the hell? No, 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 no! Hey, Peter, can you blow that towel rack down here? Thank you. What the hell? No, 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 no! I gotta stop taking my baths during Peter's shenanigans.
But there's also the time he got fired for having a tiny, weeny part of his junk showing below his postal shorts uniform.
Oh yeah, that's a half-scrote bad dangle angle right there.
Oh no, the whole town's seen it.
That went down in the episode Unzipped Code. Peter and the gang tried raising money to help Jerome pay for a surgery after an accident got him in a wheelchair. So the gang gets together on a conference call and comes up with an idea.
You know, the local firehouse made a sexy men in uniform calendar, and it raised a ton of money. Don't tell anybody, but I heard not all 12 of those guys were from Quahog.
Who would we tell that to?
I don't know, I'm just saying. Don't.
That's actually not a bad idea.
You know, when Quagmire claims something is not a bad idea, better watch out, disaster's brewing. So the guys decide to run a photo shoot for the uniform calendar, and Cleveland is a little too excited for the role.
There we go. Now throw that bad boy up on the mailbox. Ah, you're a natural. You're like Giselle, Beyonce, and Naomi Campbell all in one.
The poses Cleveland strikes are so over the top, even Quagmire's left raising an eyebrow.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and close this, okay? Get my house assessed.
The photos get published and the money is raised to help Jerome, but there's one small hiccup. His photo gets a little more attention than others.
Oh no, the whole town's seen it.
Damn, Mr. Brown. Larry Bird ought to be...
But there's one small hiccup. His photo gets a little more attention than others.
Oh no, the whole town's seen it.
Damn, Mr. Brown. Larry Bird ought to be diving through here any second, because that's a loose ball.
And then he gets the boot at work.
Do you have a problem with the carrying capacity of your standard issue S1104 canvas satchel?
No, sir.
I see. So then why, may I ask, do you feel the need to carry around an extra sack?
But this incident is nothing compared to the time Cleveland scarred poor little Stewie for life. It was bad.
Oh no! You're covered in my hot pee! You can wash yourself off in the waiter closet.
Doing this in a public restroom? Now that's beyond just being illegal. Ever heard of a motel, dude? Poor Stewie didn't just see something he'll never forget. He also had to hear it.
You know, I can just wash it off when I get home. Why? What's in there?
Oh, Oh, yeah. Oh.
That's double the trauma. For public exposure, Cleveland will be facing 1 year imprisonment and a fine of $1,000, but with Stewie involved, it becomes exposure to a minor, a very serious offense, adding another 4 years and a $50,000 fine. So Cleveland's looking at about 5 years in prison and a $51,000 fine. After Cleveland moves in with Donna, he's determined to win over the kids and become the ultimate stepdad, so he pulls off a stunt so catastrophically dumb that it doesn't just ruin his chances with the family, it puts him on a collision course with PETA. So in the episode Dad Doggone Daddy Dance, Cleveland tries to bond with his new stepdaughter, Roberta.
Roberta, congratulations on getting a date to the daddy-daughter dinner dance.
I don't have a date.
You do now.
You have brought a cancer to our family.
Sorry, Cleveland, you just gotta keep trying, man.
Hey, Roberta, I know you're on the fence about going to the dance, but I thought maybe this would help you decide.
Oh my God, are these real?
Hell no. Just come to the dance. I ain't got your mama a diamond yet.
Well, you didn't have to be so blunt, dude. Anyways, Donna steps in and Roberta finally agrees. The excitement quickly turns to horror when this happens.
Hey, new stepdaddy, you are doing a great job. Now go get that cake. What? We gotta keep this a secret or the kids will hate me forever.
Since there's no sign of sexual abuse, I'll go ahead and get rid of it for you. Since there's no sign of sexual abuse.
Come on, dude, you're only making things worse! But not. Cleveland takes it a step further. Rollo shows up at breakfast to complain that Meadowlark Lemon, yeah, that's the dog's name, never came home. So Cleveland decides to help.
Meadowlark Lemon!
Meadowlark Lemon!
Meadowlark Lemon! I don't think he's here.
If we don't find him, I'm gonna start using drugs, probably.
Probably.
Pretending to search for a dog you killed and disposed of?
Nothing. Well, not nothing, but no dog. Well, not no dog, but no Meadowlark Lemon.
Well, how long will you keep up this act?
He's not here either.
Well, he keeps going until he just can't anymore, and after getting advice about honesty from his new pals, Cleveland decides to confess.
I accidentally drove over his head with both my left rear tire and then my left front tire. Curious, I stepped out of my vehicle and saw his mangled, lifeless body on the driveway in a smeared pool of his own blood. And now the hard part. I had no idea that in the hours that followed, Lester and his family would eat Meadowlark Lemon.
As if that wasn't horrible enough, he tries to make amends.
Kids, Donna, come out here. I got a surprise for you.
Cleveland, what have you done?
I'd like to introduce you all to our new dog, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Just how was this supposed to make things better? Rollo doesn't even hide his disgust.
You can't just replace my dog like Brad Pitt replaced Jennifer Aniston. Or John Mayer replaced Jennifer Aniston? Or Vince Vaughn replaced Jennifer Aniston? Or that Munch from the Counting Crows replaced... The point is, my dog is not Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, a dog isn't Jennifer Aniston, Cleveland. Even though it might have been an accident, trying to cover it would have had Cleveland charged with animal cruelty and abuse. Here's a 5 years imprisonment and a hefty fine of $100,000 for that animal cruelty felony you just got. Next, Cleveland doesn't just dabble in petty theft. No. He ropes in his own son Rollo to pull off the heist as well. Honestly, I'd love to get my hands on the parenting book that suggested turning your kids into criminal accomplices was a good idea. Now, if this is just a one-time thing, maybe I wouldn't look the other way, but we could just call it a lapse in judgment, perhaps. But no, this man commits to the bit. It all goes down in the episode, Chris has got a date. Now, Lois tasks Peter with a specific job.
Peter, I need you to take Chris and Meg to school.
Seems normal, right? Except, Lois? What's with the goggles and hammer? But, she quickly reveals her reason for the fit.
Today's the day I finally kill that squirrel that's been eating our tomatoes.
At first, I was ready to call PETA until I realized what the quote-unquote animal that was responsible was.
Try to get like 8 of them this time. I want to make bruschetta.
Bro, did you guys see that? He's been dressing up his son, Rollo, as a squirrel to steal tomatoes from the griffin's garden. And there's even a quota for the poor boy to meet. Initially, I was just ready to slap this with a theft charge and call it a day, but the more you think about it, the worse it gets. And he's already dressing his son up as a squirrel. For repeatedly forcing his son into criminal activity, Cleveland isn't just guilty of theft, he's facing child exploitation charges. Using a child for illegal activities like this is a serious offense, and so combined, Cleveland could be looking at 10 years in prison plus a $20,000 fine. I really hope those tomatoes are worth it, bucko. Now, Cleveland is not exactly a pilot, right? But then he decides to take to the air in a helicopter, and it's an absolute disaster. So in the episode Nanny Goats, Cleveland ends up with Peter's old Peter-copter.
Cleveland, are those?
Yeah, I have dibs on whatever silliness Peter loses interest in. Remember this? To the Cleveland copter!
Peter just gives out old stuff that he's bored with? I wonder what else he's no longer interested in. With absolutely no experience, Cleveland decides to give the Cleveland copter a spin.
The mustache obscures my view!
Dude, Dude, what if there was someone in that house he just blew up? The courts are gonna have a field day with this one. First up, reckless endangerment, because Cleveland behind the controls is essentially handing the keys to a toddler. That's like 5 years in jail and a $50,000 fine. Then there's destruction of property for crash landing into someone's house. Add another 10 years and $25,000 to the tab. Total, 15 years in prison, $75,000 in fines. Maybe just stick to solid ground next time, buddy. Hold on, guys. This is just half of the list, and Cleveland's already racked up $277,500 in fines and a 39-year prison sentence. For a pretty chill guy, that's a lot. And there's still more. This dude's got a whole other stack of crimes waiting to add even more years to his sentence. Honestly, at this point, it's not even shocking. Everyone on this show is just an absolute psychopath. And in some cases, I mean that literally. In the Cleveland Show episode, The Hangover Part Tub, Cleveland accidentally stumbles into a serious crime. Sure, it's accidental, but hey, ignorance isn't a get-out-of-jail-free card. Especially when, there's a body involved. So Donna's running for the school board and ropes the family into campaign duty because nothing says family support like forced labor, am I right? But to save her shot from being ruined by Cleveland's constant embarrassment, she gives him one tiny idiot-proof task.
Cleveland, this election is very important to me.
I found another waffle. Oh my God.
Look, just behave yourself, at least until the election's over.
Okay, that shouldn't be so hard, now should it? Well, Cleveland decides to pass the time by playing the Hurt Locker game with his friends, but then they add a new member.
Franklin, the 49-year-old bankruptcy lawyer we just started hanging out with this week.
Oh, hells yeah! I'll do it! Cleveland, you've really made me feel like part of the gang. I look forward to years of misadventures with you.
Now, if you're wondering what the Hurt Locker game is, it's exactly as dumb as it sounds. Diffusing live C4 explosives inside a card machete. Well, Cleveland decides to pass the time by playing the Hurt Locker game with his friends, but then they add a new member.
Franklin, the 49-year-old bankruptcy lawyer we just started hanging out with this week.
Oh, hells yeah! I'll do it! Cleveland, you've really made me feel like part of the gang. I look forward to years of misadventures with you.
Now, if you're wondering what the Hurt Locker game is, it's exactly as dumb as it sounds. Diffusing live C4 explosives inside a cardboard box. I got no idea why a full-grown man will be playing stupid, dangerous games like this. Plural, I should have said plural, multiple men.
Oh,
but
hell no.
It's their fun.
The hell it is.
Franklin,
That's
that was
wild.
so cool. Better luck next time, buddy. Franklin, do you copy?
Nope, Franklin does not copy because you and your pals just blew him to bits.
This would be a good example of what I was talking about when I told you to behave.
Going to a funeral?
Causing the funeral by blowing up some guy outside a bar.
Even if the death was accidental, Cleveland's still going to face the full extent of the law. Intent is different from impact, and so he'd be paying a fine of $250,000 and facing 8 years imprisonment. But playing with explosives is not what anyone should make into a hobby. It's illegal and comes with a prison sentence of 5 years. So in total, that is 12 years imprisonment and still $250,000 in fines for Cleveland. Now, there are lows. Yes, and they're just downright terrible and evil and despicable. Cleveland sinks to such a low in his moral compass. This time, he, faked being homeless to eat free sandwiches. There's no redeeming him for that. It all goes down to the episode of The Cleveland Show. 'Tis the Cleveland to be sorry. It's that merry and festive time of the year, and you know, kids being kids, they've all been looking forward to it.
Here's my Christmas wish list. I would have put it on an iPad mini, but I do not have one.
And I want a Gucci purse because I'm black or Italian.
Who raised these little gift-demanding machines? Donna, of course, bless her gentle heart, decides to set the kids right.
Nobody is getting anything for Christmas until they give something back.
Giving back.
This year, we're all volunteering at the homeless shelter.
Pass. Then you most definitely will not get that purse.
And well, because you gotta be on Donna's nice list to get something for Christmas, 2 of the kids volunteer at the homeless shelter. And yes, Cleveland's included.
That includes you, Cleveland.
Hope they like yellow shirts, blue pants, and red thongs.
Okay, that should already tell you that things won't go well, but it gets even worse, as it usually does. While helping out at the mission, Cleveland makes a shocking yet appetizing discovery.
I'm so hungry I could eat a sandwich meant for a peasant. Hand pain!
Hey, those sandwiches were donated by the finest restaurants in town. They're for the homeless.
Don't do it, Cleveland. You're a chill guy. Don't do it. Ah, he does it. That didn't even take 5 seconds.
That good, huh? It's that good.
He tastes a sandwich and is blown out of this proportional world.
Man.
And the experience is totally transforming for him.
Wow! Yum, 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 yum. Meow, meow, meow.
And so Cleveland decides to do the next best thing, or worst, really.
I'll be homeless for Christmas. It's the life for me.
Donated food fight!
He disguises himself as a homeless person and begins to get his heart's desire, free sandwiches. But he keeps up the act and, well, he takes more than just free sandwiches.
Stealing toys for my 2 boys and girl, and flu vaccines for free.
No, that wasn't the worst of it. Donna and the kids have no idea what he's been up to.
Junior, we're off to Grundle's.
I really do wish I could come, but they're short-handed at the shelter.
That's okay. The kids and I will be fine. You're doing a great thing.
Wow.
Proud of you.
Tickles.
Oh, no, Donna. Wait till the truth finally comes out.
Now it's time for our Christmas Angel Award. This year's winner was nominated by his wife for his work at the Stool Bend shelter.
That's where we are. Cool. Desk lamp, give it to me. I need that.
Okay, such a loving and supportive wife. Now, who could that Christmas angel be?
Hey, look. I'm on TV. Give me that camera. I'm homeless. I want it.
Cleveland, you pretended to be homeless?
Yes, but I've continued to wash down there.
Wife. Now, who could that Christmas angel be?
Hey, look. I'm on TV. Give me that camera. I'm homeless. I want it.
Cleveland, you pretended to be homeless?
Yes, but I've continued to wash down there.
Yep, the truth is finally revealed. Watch all you want, Cleveland. The stink of fraud and despicable ain't leaving you. Cleveland pulled the proper con job, deceiving everyone with his act. Faking homelessness and scamming a charity org. Yeah, that's definitely fraud and a very serious offense. Cleveland will be facing 15 years in prison and a fine of $10,000. Now, for all the times this dude has helped Peter commit crimes, he's guilty of aiding and abetting. Sometimes it's a petty act, but this one time, they took it further. It all goes down to the episode Joe's Walking on Air. After Peter and the gang start their men's club and everyone's dancing and having a blast, well, almost everyone.
What's the matter, Bonnie? Don't you want to dance?
Oh, it's okay, Joe. I don't mind sitting here with you.
What I mean is, I don't want to hold you back.
Don't be silly, honey. It's just as nice watching other people have fun.
But then things get a lot more awkward for Joe after he overhears Bonnie's phone call with Lois. So Joe decides to hit up the doctor, and what does he get? A shiny new set of legs.
Gentlemen, I give you the new Joe Swanson.
Well, what do you think?
Oh my God, you look great, Joe! Holy crap!
Yeah, Joe's walking again. But soon those fancy new legs go straight to his head.
Oh, this is great! I feel so alive! Come on, ladies, kick your high heels off and get moving! You guys are a disgrace!
But oh boy, it gets way crazier.
Dojo!
Joe, we don't even know what a dojo is.
There's no mercy in this dojo!
Joe, why don't you take it down a notch?
No mercy!
Then the final straw hits.
I realized over the last few days, the only reason I hung out with you guys is that I was crippled and you were lazy. I decided it's time I got some friends more suited to my status.
But Joe, we've been friends for years.
Hey, we all make mistakes. Come on, dudes, let's go exercise!
Exercise!
Yeah!
Joe dumps his friends, and now the guys are just sitting there wondering if maybe giving Joe new legs wasn't the best of ideas.
I tell you, those legs have turned him into a complete jerk. It's like giving a monkey the keys to an amusement park.
How is that?
How is what?
How is it anything like a monkey having the keys to an amusement park?
I don't know.
You want to answer that, Peter?
Don't call me on this stuff, all right? I'm just go with it. Support me in these moments. I'm hurt. I lost my buddy.
You lost a buddy, but now you lost a wife. He leaves his wife, and the gang decides that enough is enough. There's only one thing that can be done to save the situation.
We're gonna break your legs, Joe.
Come on, guys. Get him!
And what happens next is just absolute madness. They are no match for Final Form Joe. He completely wipes the floor with their fucking buttocks. But then one more person is also desperate to get Joe back, and it's Bonnie.
Not until I have my husband back.
Ah, my perfect ass! Damn it! Just give me the gun! I'll do it myself!
Well, they finally got their wish, and he's back on a wheelchair and hanging out with them again.
Oh, it's just good to have our old Joe back.
All right! Yeah! Wait a minute.
But you know what else they're all gonna get? The slammer. Because what the hell was that? Sure, Joe is a total jerk with his new legs, but conspiring to cripple him? They'll all be facing serious jail time for that. By planning and conspiring to attack Joe with the intent of physically harming him, Cleveland and, of course, the others are guilty of conspiracy to commit assault. Then, by physically attacking Joe constitutes assault and battery. Given the intent was to cause serious harm, re-crippling him. For this, Cleveland will be looking at 25 years in prison and a fine of $270,000. Now, things take a turn for the worse with Cleveland when Quagmire lets his giggity instincts override his sense of loyalty, shattering the sacred bro code with ease. Peter invites his friends on board his fishing boat for a party at sea, and while Quagmire's fishing, a little incident happens.
Oh, sorry about that, Loretta. Hey, can I have my fish back?
Oh, you gonna have to reach into the cookie jar.
Well, I can't just, you're my best friend's wife. Reach into, all right.
Yeah, you go in and get that. Show that fishy who's boss.
Wait, what? Loretta?
Well, we'll, have to do this again sometime.
You name the time and the place, little neck.
This dude just arranged to hook up with his best friend's wife? Nah, but then again, it's Quagmire. There's no limits with him, truly. Later, Peter and Brian rush to Cleveland's house after hearing screams, and what they find is truly troubling.
Holy crap!
We should go. Peter, that wasn't,
You know, for a large, heavy-set black guy, Cleveland's got a cute little white ass.
That wasn't Cleveland. It was some white guy.
What was that?
Shut up and put some more of that sugar in my bowl.
Man, this is just all shades of wrong. But then Peter and Brian decide that the last thing in the world they should do is tell anyone about this.
I feel like that might could be the beginning.
We've done everything in the world. So I guess the only thing left to do is tell you that Loretta Brown is having an affair.
Good lord!
No. Oh, God, I'm screwed.
Nah, dude, you just screwed your best friend's wife. But good for you, they didn't see your face. Peter volunteers to tell Cleveland since, well, he has experience with delivering bad news.
Brian and I walked into your house, and she was with some guy going, bam, 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 bam.
Peter, maybe...
Hey, hang on, I'm not done. Bam, bam, bam. And then she's all, oh, yeah, bam, bam, bam. You want to take it from here, Bam Bam?
Bam, 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 bam. You want to take it from here, Emerald?
Bam! So that's what we're dealing with here. Any thoughts?
Ah, man. Where's the emotional intelligence and sensitivity? Who am I kidding? It was never there to begin with. Things get twisted when Cleveland calmly questions Loretta over the affair. She angrily responds that she needs a real man, but hearing this, Cleveland apologizes?
Apologize? I cheat on you and you apologize to me? Cleveland Brown, you are pathetic.
I disagree, but I respect your candor.
Goodbye, Cleveland.
Wow. Loretta, of course, kicks him out of the house in disgust, and Cleveland shows up at Griffin's house. The family try to make Cleveland comfortable, and Peter believes what Cleveland needs is a revenge lay, so he decides to ask the one person who's good in that department for advice.
Oh, God.
Sorry, guys, let me throw something on.
Peter, look.
Holy crap, that's the tattoo.
Yeah, that's the tattoo they saw on the dude that was with Loretta, and they all piece it together. Peter and Brian immediately spill the news to Cleveland, but...
Quagmire slept with Loretta?
Oh my God, Cleveland, I am so sorry. I can only imagine what you must be feeling right now.
It's okay.
It's okay? It's okay to be betrayed by your wife and best friend?
I cannot stand this dude at this point. There is nothing okay about that, and Lois tells him that.
You don't have any passion. Sometimes a woman wants to see her man be a man. You gotta push back a little. You gotta get a little rough. Oh, God, Peter, hit me.
Yeah!
Ow!
How did we get here? Anyway, Peter tries to get his friend to feel some passion and taunts him.
All right, Cleveland, if this doesn't light a fire in your belly, nothing will. Hey, look at me. I'm Quagmire. I had sex with your wife. Giggity, 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 giggity.
Those are so his mannerisms.
Okay, I think I give up. But not Peter. A little twist of the knife finally gets the desired result from Cleveland.
I'm not Peter, I'm Quagmire. And I'm doing you, Loretta.
What the hell?
Oh, you like that? Yeah, much better
Peter,
than Cleveland.
knock it off.
Yeah, you sweet thing. Yeah.
Glenn Quagmire, you're dead.
But then Peter realizes that he may have gone too far, and so he tries to protect Glenn.
Listen, Mayor West, my friend Quagmire here is in trouble. He needs a place to stay tonight.
Say no more. I'll protect you, sir. It is my job.
I guess Peter's the best kind of friend to have. No. But then Mayor West's lunacy soon proves too much for even Quagmire.
I failed you.
Yeah, this is kind of creeping me out. I'm gonna go.
Take this for protection.
What the hell's this for?
When the time comes, you'll know.
Quagmire returns home and calls Cleveland to apologize, but nah, buddy, Cleveland isn't just looking for an apology.
Let's talk this thing through.
Ooh.
Oh, hey, Cleveland, I was just leaving you a message.
You violated the sanctity of my marriage.
Yeah, the dude's out for blood. But when he finally has Glenn at his mercy, he just can't do it.
Oh, this is awful. Somebody stop them. Do something.
Yeah, not everyone can murder someone in cold blood even if they slept with their wife. It's just not who they are.
Oh, I can't. It isn't in me to cause harm to anyone, no matter how much someone has harmed me.
I'm sorry, Cleveland.
Peter, though, has one final trick in his bag.
Cleveland, I think this beautiful woman would like to say something to you.
You told me this was Lois's intervention.
Come on, man, did you have to do that? But instead of reconciling, it goes the other way.
This marriage is over.
Well, that's just fine, Cleveland, because I am through being your wife.
Okay, I know Cleveland was the one who was hurt in this episode, emotionally that is, but he ended up doing some physical damage as well. He'd be facing charges for his crime. Reconciling, it goes the other way.
This marriage is over.
Well, that's just fine, Cleveland, because I am through being your wife.
Okay, I know Cleveland was the one who was hurt in this episode, emotionally that is, but he ended up doing some physical damage as well. He'd be facing charges for his crimes, obviously, plotting to kill Quagmire and assaulting him with a deadly weapon, which comes with a penalty of $150,000 and 15 years. There's also the additional fine of $50,000 and a 3-year jail term for damaging Quagmire's property. Also, the crime of attempted murder, which Cleveland will be getting 20 years in the slammer for, and a fine of $25,000. Add that all up, 38 years imprisonment sentence, $225,000 in fines. The next crime that'll send Cleveland to the slammer is when he teams up with Donna to wreak havoc, like a superhero couple, but of course, it comes at a cost. In the episode Hot Cocoa Bang Bang, Cleveland shares the story of how he first fumbled his chances of getting with Donna.
I'll marry anyone who helps me.
No towel. Guess I'll just wait for my feet to dry when I get out. Watch my red kids? No, not my problem.
This dude seriously chose to keep his new kicks dry instead of helping Donna, who was in desperate need of help. Honestly, I'm not even surprised. Anyway, this inspired him to write a comic book, Waterman, and 25 years later, he has a new dream.
Waterman?
And so, Waiterman was born. Which is why, for our summer vacation, we're going to debut Waiterman at this year's Comic-Con in San Diego.
Okay, Comic-Con sounds like a good idea, but then as the family arrive at San Diego, it's Donna's turn to meet with something from her past.
Hot Cocoa Bang Bang.
God, no!
Mom, that's you!
Damn.
Yep, turns out Donna used to be a hell of an actress, and her former director was screening the film, a discovery that horrifies her.
I'm going to get that screening canceled.
So apparently she's not worried about her 5-year-old boy alone in a convention center full of grown men in costumes.
When Donna locates Rodriguez, she demands that he call off the screening, but then he makes her an offer.
Just come to the screening.
And what if I say no?
Look how happy he is. It'd be a shame if I had to take that away from him.
So you think just by making my husband's dream come true, I'll do what you want?
Yeah, that's kind of how the industry works, Donna.
All right, I'll be there.
Super! So Cleveland actually believes his waterman is getting turned into a movie, not knowing he's just being used to get to Donna. When he shows up at the screening, he cannot believe his eyes.
Donna?
Cleveland!
What the hell's going on here?
Shh. If you have a question, you can stand in line and wait for the Q&A like everyone else.
Fine.
Now it makes sense why Donna was so against the screening of the film. She tries to explain to Cleveland the terms she had been given.
Robert Rodriguez promised that if I came to the screening, he'd never show that movie to another living person.
Are you kidding? You heard that crowd. Hot Cocoa Bang Bang is a hit. I just made a deal with Warner Brothers to convert it to 3D and release it wide.
Oh boy, that don't sound no good at all. But hey, welcome to the backstabbing world of the movie industry, Donna. But the couple do not just stand back and let Rodriguez get away with it.
Maybe we can't, but Waiter Man and Coco Bang Bang can.
So they march over to confront Rodriguez to retrieve the film, starting with the guards.
About some hot cocoa!
Oh. After taking out the guards at the door, they catch Rodriguez just as he's leaving, and a hot chase commences.
Yep. High-speed chase.
No! Look out! Oh no! Oh, look out! Oh no!
Okay, what's going on? Exploding tomatoes? Oh boy, it gets even weirder though.
He ain't trying to mess up my throat. That's from the movie.
They finally catch up at the train station and tackle Rodriguez and take the guitar case containing the film. But now Rodriguez isn't letting them just
That's from the movie.
They finally catch up at the train station and tackle Rodriguez and take the guitar case containing the film. But now Rodriguez isn't letting them just walk away like that, and that's where the real crazy happens.
Mátalo. Press 1 for English.
Yo, this guy just blew up a tanker!
You're keeping the costume.
And then they just walk away into the sunset? Okay, that was an epic action flick, but we're not gonna ignore the stack of crimes that would land these two in prison for life. First up, assault for taking out the guards at the door. 20 years in the slammer, $20,000 fine. Then there's the destruction of property, which attracts a sentence of 5 years behind bars and $50,000 in fines. Oh, and don't forget illegally using an explosive device in a public area. That's a serious violation that comes with 15 years imprisonment and a fine of $250,000. Finally, murder. That truck wasn't self-driven, and taking out Rodriguez, that's straight up homicide, which attracts a sentence of 60 years and $500,000 for killing those two people. So while their dramatic sunset exit looks heroic on screen, in reality, they'd be walking straight into a courtroom and facing a total of 100 years in prison and fines adding up to $820,000. Remember the episode Field of Streams? The one where he stole back his jersey from his son? Yeah, turns out he did something much worse than what I mentioned. As you'll remember, the episode starts with Cleveland having a flashback to his time as his high school's baseball star.
But Coach McFall said they're gonna retire his number after the season. To Hot Brown number 9. Woo! Yeah!
But the trip down memory lane gives him an idea.
Know what I say we do?
Start a fight with those old ladies in red hats and purple dresses at the mall?
No.
Oh, great heavens, how does one just randomly come up with a suggestion like that? And worst of all, they decide to go through with it, and it's an absolute mess. Other than this being aggravated assault on old women, they frackin' murdered some of them too. Aggravated assault is going to fetch Cleveland 15 years in prison and a fine of $150,000. Counting the number of old women he brutally beat up, he's looking at about $3 million in fines and 300 years in jail for that. Then, for straight up killing some of the old ladies, Cleveland will face a sentence of 150 years in prison. Sum that up, he's getting locked away in total for 450 years and paying $3 million in fines. Now, all of this brings Cleveland Brown's penalty to a total of $4,852,500 in fines and 679 years in prison. Damn! But come on, if you thought the numbers were crazy for a dude like Cleveland...
It's usually not a yellow snow cone.
Hello everyone. Today we're exploring Peter Griffin's special abilities in Family Guy. I'm Henry, the new host of this channel. Make sure to watch the entire video and hit that subscribe button to support the channel. Number 1, Peter's shape-shifting ability in Season 3, Episode 21. One sunny day in Quahog, two guys are hauling a dangerous chemical tank through town when they decide to show off by performing a cool stunt, doing a wheelie with the tanker. Bold move, right? But of course, things don't go as planned.
Wow, that was great!
Despite the loud crash, Peter and Brian are chilling on the couch, watching TV like nothing's happening.
6 beds. 7 beds.
Hey, is the Count a vampire?
What's that?
Well, he's got those big fangs. Have they ever shown him doing somebody in and then feeding on him?
Meanwhile, Lois and the kids rush outside to see what the commotion is. Everyone's cautious about the hazardous waste container except for Chris, who, bless his heart, thinks it's filled with candy. He opens the lid, triggering a radioactive waste explosion that splashes the entire family. And the first victim of the mutation? STEWIE, of course.
Dear me, does anyone else feel a trifle queasy? What? Do I have a boogie? I say, it appears my cranium has doubled in size.
Chris also gains the ability to create fire, which fascinates Peter. He immediately comes up with a ridiculous prank that cracks up the whole family.
Okay, on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Do it again.
Lois decides it's time for a family meeting to discuss their newfound gifts. Because, hey, getting superpowers is totally a blessing from the heavens, right? STEWIE can now move things with his mind. Peter can shapeshift.
Hey, Lois, I'm a wishing troll.
Chris can start fires, Lois is super strong, Meg controls her fingernails, and Brian has lightning fast speed.
Brian's super speed.
Ask me how the Queen of England is.
How's the Queen of...
She's great.
Lois warns everyone to use their powers responsibly. No selfishness, no chaos. But trust me, chaos is definitely on the horizon. While out shopping with STEWIE, Lois forgets an item, so she asks a store employee to watch the STEWIE for a minute. The result? The poor guy ended up in the hospital.
You gotta pay for that. Go suck a railroad spike. I haven't got any money. Well, then I'm afraid I'm gonna have to take it away from you. Oh, God! Please help me!
On the way home, Lois gets stuck in traffic and in a fit of frustration, uses her super strength to destroy a bunch of cars, breaking her own rule in the process.
Ugh, this is insane.
At school, Chris uses his new fire powers to roast a classmate named Hector for calling him Chris Gristle, which sparks a full-blown fire at the school.
You remember that time you called me Chris Gristle?
I think so.
Well, burn for it!
Meanwhile, Brian uses his speed to steal a cocktail from a cute girl at a bar.
Hi, can I get some pretzels or something? I gotta drive. Whoa, hey, did you bring enough breasts for the rest of the class?
That's a good question.
And Meg, starstruck by her favorite boy band, In Sync, at the mall.
Hey, do you want to split a Toblerone? Oh, gosh. Yeah, I think I do. Woo-woo! Next stop, my thighs.
Makes a deal with Peter. If he gets a piece of Justin Timberlake's hair, she'll never ask him for money again. Peter, being the good and totally ridiculous dad he is, agrees to help. He transforms into Britney Spears, but of course, still sounds like himself. No one notices a thing.
Hi there, Britney Spears. You mind if I go in?
Oh, not at all, Miss Spears.
Oh, call me Peter.
He strolls right into the room, acting like a total buffoon, but somehow manages to get Justin's hair without anyone batting an eye.
Ah, you'll be fine. Hey, come here. Give me a kiss. Ah! I'm Gene Shalit now. Bye!
As expected, the Griffin family wreaks havoc in Quahog with their new powers, and the chaos even makes the evening news.
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a lower middle class Irish family.
That's right, Tom. This is just one of many public disturbances caused by the Griffin family of Quahog, who seem to have acquired superpowers.
Very strange story, Diane.
Mayor West calls a meeting to figure out how to stop the Griffins, but before he can do anything, the family barges in, and Peter, in full T-Rex mode, demands that the town build a statue of him.
You will erect a statue in the town square. This statue will depict Blair Warner admitting to Mrs. Garrett that the poem she submitted for her creative writing class was actually plagiarized from a work by Emily Dickinson. We have spoken!
The mayor, angry and desperate, decides to fight fire with fire, literally. He exposes himself to the radioactive waste to gain powers and take on the Griffins, but surprise, he just ends up with cancer.
Probably from rolling around in that toxic waste.
I see.
What in God's name were you trying to prove?
I was trying to gain superpowers.
Well, that's just silly.
Silly, yes. Idiotic, yes.
Meanwhile, the townspeople begin constructing Peter's statue, but Peter's ridiculously picky about it. He demands it be as lifelike as possible.
Oh no, that's not what Mrs. Garrett's bosom looked like. It looked more like this. Notice the sunspots at the top of the right can.
Excuse me, I have a message from the Quahog Hospital.
When the Griffins see Mayor West in the hospital, they finally realize the mess they've made. They feel guilty and promise to use their powers for good from now on, and to help West recover.
Thank you, but as long as I have Mrs. Garrett's giant rack by my bedside, I'll be all right.
Girls, girls, girls!
The classic Griffin family redemption arc. You know, just another day in Quahog. Number 2, hair growth from season 6, episode 11.
There we are.
Stewie and Brian are at Joel's second birthday party, and let's just say Stewie's not having the time of his life. The party is terrible.
What happened to your face? I'm a kitty cat. Stupid face painters apparently never heard of Darth Maul.
He even claims this birthday bash is worse than a Mexican funeral.
Es con mucho dolor que digamos adiós a Javier, y Pepe, y Carlos, y Lupe, y otra Lupe, Salvador, Fabián.
Wait, does anyone here actually live in Mexico? Are funerals there always this crowded, like some kind of mass event?
Jesús, María, Vicente, y los perros de Vicente.
Stewie, already unimpressed, urges Brian to leave quickly before a creepy Spider-Man starts eyeing him.
Don't let me catch you, 'cause I'll just wrap you up and eat you later.
But just as they were about to leave, Brian noticed a beautiful woman. Stewie said that she was Jared's mother, and her husband had passed away, just like the pink cougar.
He won't be okay. 1/3 of his body weight is Owens Corning fiberglass insulation.
Oh.
Well, that's it. But don't worry, he won't burn in hell, thanks to all that Owens Corning fiberglass insulation.
Immediately, Brian starts flirting, and Stewie's not thrilled because it means he's stuck in this miserable, dangerous party longer. The woman reveals she loves magicians, so Brian, ever the smooth talker, claims to be a magician who worked with Doug Henning.
Welcome to the wonderful world of magic. Hope I don't get AIDS.
You just lost her.
Oh God, that is so my humor.
So naturally, she invites him to perform at her son's birthday next week. Brian agrees, but Stewie can only think, wow, Brian's a train wreck. He's like those two tourists at the coffee shop.
I myself drank like 5 liters of beer. Any more and I would have ended up in hospital, man.
Oh, friend. But I wanted to stay, because I almost had sex on this girl.
Oh, yeah, but it was so expensive. Each drink was like $6.40.
Brian's gonna do a card trick, and Stewie gets all excited at the idea of being his assistant, preparing for the big performance. But let's be real, Stewie's got dark intentions here.
Yeah, we'll do all the great tricks. You can even split me in half. What? Saw me in half.
After convincing Brian to let him assist, Stewie starts getting props ready, including Peter's old Halloween cloak.
Hi, Brian. I'm Count Crotula, the bulging vampire. I'll bite your neck, But also, look how big I am down there.
That costume doesn't make any sense.
Don't stifle my creativity!
Peter whispered a secret into Brian's ear that had me laughing uncontrollably.
See that bulge down there, Brian? What is that? What is it? Can't be my pointy teeth, because those are all the way up here.
Fight him.
I'll let you in on a little secret. Happy Halloween.
At the party, Brian's treated like a celebrity while Stewie gets to live his best life in a red dress.
I can't believe I agreed to 4 costume changes. Oh, who am I kidding? I insisted on it.
The woman thanks Brian for coming and introduces her boyfriend Paul, who claims he's an unemployed failure but somehow landed the gorgeous lady.
And I'm a great guy. I'm unemployed, but that makes her feel useful in the relationship.
I'm gonna fix him.
Our relationship will do fine on that basis.
If he had his life together, I wouldn't be into it.
But I don't.
Brian's not having it, storms off, and leaves Stewie clueless about what just happened.
Are we doing this thing or what? Brian? Brian? Well, this was a lot of effort for nothing.
Back home, Brian's feeling down, thinking about his amazing ex, Tracy Flanagan. Stewie suggests he should track her down, but Brian's unsure. He's not exactly a great catch.
And then, in high school, I was violated sexually by my father. It happened on numerous occasions, and I was too afraid to tell anyone because I felt like somehow it was my fault.
So, you do go all the way?
He finds Tracy's house, and to his surprise, she's not the same as she was. Time and bad life choices have taken their toll.
Wow, you sure look different than the last time I saw you.
Yeah, haircut.
So, to get out of here, I just make a left out of the driveway and drive as fast as I can?
Yeah, Brian, you're that bad. As he's about to leave, she drops the bombshell. They have a kid together.
Lies.
Wait, what? How is this even possible?
Brian, this is Dylan. He's your son.
Oh, no way! Jerry!
Tracy says she wanted Brian to meet their son Dylan for a while. Brian's not exactly thrilled about it, muttering that this situation is even worse than that goodbye scene in The Wizard of Oz.
And I think I'll miss you most of all, Scarecrow.
Oh, okay. It's kind of an odd thing to say.
Yeah, sort of a weird comment right in front of all of us.
Kind of thought this was a team effort.
Yeah, really glad I risked my life and everything.
Yeah.
Dorothy says she'll miss the Scarecrow the most, but the Lion and Tin Man are just annoyed because they're jealous.
You're like 5 minutes from gone and you leave with that?
Yeah.
You know, that's like cutting a huge fart and then walking out of the room. And that's how we'll remember you. As a big fart.
That's racist.
Goodbye, big fart.
At home, Brian's panicking because Dylan acts like a tiny gangster.
Shouldn't you be in school?
I don't know.
It's Wednesday.
Up yours.
Nice kid.
Peter agrees, saying, "Thank goodness I don't have to raise that kid. My life would be worse than a widow's."
Quiet! Keep it down up there! What did I just say? I'm calling the police!
Lois tells Brian to take responsibility and raise his son. It's a rewarding experience. Peter, he's against it. Right then, Dylan shows up at the Griffin house with a letter from Tracy, demanding Brian take care of him.
To Brian from Tracy. He's your problem now. P.S. Will you write me a letter of recommendation for the University of Phoenix? No, I'm not going to put myself on the line like that. But Dylan, oh my God!
Brian is still in shock, but Stewie quickly introduces Dylan to everyone. Lois is freaked out by the kid's behavior.
Dylan, it's so nice to meet you.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, he got you, Lois.
Brian, being the worst dad ever, won't let Dylan stay until Lois convinces him. As soon as Dylan goes up to Chris's room, he declares that everything in the house is now his and defeats the evil monkey in the closet, which Chris finds hilarious.
Damn.
Yay! I haven't been in my closet for years. Boy, there is a lot of feces in here.
Dylan's presence creates chaos in the Griffin household. Lois tells Brian to step up and discipline his son before he terrorizes the family more. Peter agrees, pointing out that Brian will be shocked when he hears that Meg watched Monty Python for 178 hours and found nothing funny or memorable.
I have a pet hedgehog named Zippy, and I shall walk her to town. And each time my foot hits the ground, I shall say boing, boing, boing.
I'm a girl! I don't even like the good Monty Python sketches.
Dylan continues his reign of terror by giving Peter a gangster haircut while he's asleep.
Oh my God! Peter, look!
Oh, damn it, Dylan, what the hell?
Finally, the moment arrives when Peter uses his special talent to grow his hair back. And honestly, I was floored.
There we are.
Number 3, Peter's epic transformation in Season 11, Episode 19.
All right, drunken clammers, this is it. The most important game of the season. Now, is everybody drunk?
Yeah.
Aye, completely. Okay, good. And did nobody warm up?
No, I did not warm up at all.
Good.
During a drunken softball game between the Drunken Clam team and Goldman's Pharmacy, I couldn't stop laughing at the sight of Seamus. Because let's be real, how can a guy whose limbs are made of wood possibly play a sport? I mean, come on. And to make things worse, the team's captain is none other than Peter, who's more interested in drinking beer than winning, so yeah, that's a game they're destined to lose.
Can we leave our bad-for-the-environment styrofoam coolers behind when we leave?
Yes, you must leave them behind, and they must be in a crumbly mess so that the city cleanup workers have to chase the little bits when the wind blows.
When Goldman's Pharmacy showed up, Quagmire immediately started teasing them with a joke.
Hey, Goldman's Pharmacy, can you fill out a prescription for us for diarrhea? We're about to get the runs.
But Mort, being the legend that he is, introduced the team's new secret weapon, Jerome. And let's just say, Peter's team was suddenly a little more intimidated.
What the hell, Jerome's on your team?
That's right. We got to know each other while I was following him around my store.
What's up, fools? I'd like to dedicate my performance today to Miss Whitney Houston.
Oh, we are.
As the game progressed, Mort kept cheering for Jerome like his life depended on it, hyping him up so much it felt like he was about to win an Olympic gold medal just for hitting the ball.
Come on, Jerome, get a hit so I can bring a sports trophy home for my parents.
Jeffrey Lipschitz has 2 soccer medals.
I can't play soccer. I have newborn calf ankles. You know this, damn it.
Jerome, of course, used his incredible strength to smash the ball so far it literally broke a neighbor's window.
Are you having a nice morning, dear?
Oh, yes. I love living here in the next town over.
Peter, on the other hand, was sweating bullets because he'd promised a sick kid that he'd hit a home run for them.
Sorry, I struck out looking. Wait, you're not the kid I promised.
No, he died last night.
Oh, phew.
Then Jerome, in a fit of overzealousness, hit the ball so hard it accidentally knocked Horace out cold. And by out cold, I mean, well, he didn't make it.
He's dead.
Oh, no!
Let him rest in peace.
Let's put some leaves on him and go get some ice cream.
At the funeral, everyone showed up to pay their respects, except poor Brian, who somehow got left behind on the car. Ouch.
I'm gonna pee!
Jerome felt pretty awful about the whole thing, but Peter tried to cheer him up by comparing it to how he was always the one left without the good order at dinner. Yeah, comforting, right?
I'll have the halibut.
Ah, great choice.
I'll have the New York strip steak.
My absolute favorite dish here. It is a spectacular cut, superbly seasoned, and the marbling is some of the best I've ever seen.
And I'll have the chicken.
Quagmire was so choked up he couldn't even speak, and Peter, well, Peter's version of grieving is honestly so ridiculous I couldn't stop laughing.
Good afternoon. I'd just like to say that before today, I didn't know the Munsters were driving around in a funeral car. I'm beginning to think everything on that show was a big joke.
After the funeral, Peter, being Peter, decided the best way to cope with this loss was to take everyone to the Clam for more beer. He even cracked a joke saying they needed to get over this like the Department of Internal Affairs did in 1963.
All right, guys, I know that yesterday was a rough one for us, but it's with great pride that I'm going to turn this 0 into a 1.
All right!
Nichols, you should go home and change.
When they got to the Clam, they found out it had been shut down for good. Turns out, Horace had racked up so much debt that the bar now belonged to the bank.
That was the start of the dark times. The banks took our bars, our businesses, and then our homes. A change had to be made. A change only one man could make. I am the wind maker. And I shoot monkeys now.
So naturally, they all ended up drinking at Peter's house instead, watching Joni Loves Chris Brown. Like that was gonna make anything better.
Joni, Chris, welcome to the party. Can I offer you some punch?
No thanks. I had some in the car.
Joni Loves Chris Brown was taped in front of a very uncomfortable studio audience.
Quagmire was bummed about the Clam closing, but Peter was just relieved. Who needs a bar when you've got a place to drink beer and a bathroom for all the businessmen to gather?
I mean, as long as we got a place to drink and a restroom for businessmen to have homosexual encounters.
Hey, thanks for the sex.
Thank you for notarizing those documents.
Lois was not thrilled when she saw Peter had turned their home into a makeshift bar. Peter had a very valid reason for it.
I don't even like those
He
type
said
of
it was
jokes.
the only way for them to bond. And besides, their attempts at quitting drinking had failed miserably.
I just don't think a good way to start a screenplay is 400 years ago in Bethesda, Maryland.
Yeah, and don't you think it's confusing that every character in the movie is named Movie Guy?
Come on, you guys, the Oscars are next week, so let's get this done.
That night, Peter took his friends back to the Clam, despite it being closed, because, hey, why let a little thing like property law stop you from boozing, right?
That's real.
Joe pointed out that sneaking in was illegal, but Peter insisted he'd tried spending more time with family, mostly by checking if Chris had autism. Classic Peter logic.
Not overly affectionate.
So they broke into the bar through a window. Naturally, they were all thrilled. Peter even revealed that their ancestors had been drinking at the Clam for generations.
Welcome to the Drunken Clam. Can I get you boys a mug of stout?
Why, certainly. This is a bully establishment you've got here. The doors are a little short, but that's okay, because we're smaller back now.
I don't know what stout is.
They would drink together, laughing and joking with dark humor.
To the Clam!
Hear, hear! And to brain-damaging venereal disease.
I wake up with blood on my penis pillow.
I'm gonna go insane in a wheelchair, staring at the sea.
Back in the present, the guys had already had quite a bit to drink, and things were starting to spiral into chaos. Joe even mistook a candle for a beer mug. It was a total blast.
Did he drink it?
To the Clam!
Joe, your hair looks stupid.
Then, in true Peter fashion, he had to pee, but didn't want to get up. So he tried to use Joe's catheter. For the comedy gold, obviously.
Hey, what happens if I blow in this end?
Don't, I'll explode.
I'm gonna.
You do it better than Bonnie.
It takes a man to know what a man likes.
The next morning, they woke up hungover, and Peter, feeling especially transformed by the night's events, used his special powers to give himself a brand new look.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, but for the next 10 minutes, I'll be very vulnerable to predators.
Now he was a pink-skinned version of himself with a fresh, hilarious method for dealing with predators.
Mountain lion, make yourself look big!
I wonder if that works.
Number 4, Peter gets a skin color makeover in Season 12, Episode 20.
Oh no. Peter, quick, change pigments. That was close.
As Joe boasts about his romantic escapades with Bonnie, Cleveland returns to Family Guy and gets teased in good fun over his own show, The Cleveland Show.
Your logo was stupid. It looked like a big purple penis, and your ratings blew.
We did about the same as Bob's Burgers.
That's your bar? Oh, shame on you.
Lois is thrilled to have Cleveland back under their roof. But Stewie, the little bundle of mischief, isn't exactly throwing a welcome party.
It'll be nice having Cleveland back across the street.
Why? I think a lot of times you only say things because they make you sound good.
Donna happily remarks on the reunion of Peter and Cleveland, and Lois agrees, noting that now Peter will have something to do other than flush the toilet while jamming out to Slow Ride by Foghat.
Peter, you're wasting tons of water!
It's not a waste, and we need a faster toilet.
Meanwhile, Rallo makes an attempt to greet Stewie, but Stewie quickly dismisses him.
Sup, man?
Yeah, sup. Keep walking, you boondocks ripoff.
That's racist.
Oh, now I see it. Yeah, you totally do look like you're copying Asterisk the Boondocks. Ouch. When Cleveland steps inside, he's hit with the shock of his life. The house is a disaster. Quagmire, ever the opportunist, is busy helping his beautiful daughter.
Well, we'll all have to do our part. I'll take little cocoa butter here.
Peter explains that the house's dilapidated state is thanks to past renters, like Ryan Reynolds, Chevy Chase, and Dan Aykroyd. Oh, and for a while, it was even used as an orphanage for tone-deaf kids.
We're too old to ever be adopted. No one wants a 9-year-old.
Shut up, you bastards!
Cleveland thanks his buddies for helping him fix the place up and unpack his stuff. Everything's perfect, except for the weird paintings Joe has hung on the walls.
Let's get you a different job, Joe.
Are you sure? Because I already hung all these paintings. This place is shaping up real nice.
Peter, ever the critic, laughs at Cleveland's bead curtain, but when he tries it, he admits it feels pretty amazing.
How do you feel?
Awesome. Like a suitcase coming out of the airport.
Yeah, or like a bug walking through Stevie Wonder's hair.
Cleveland has so much junk that the garage can't even fit it all, but when the guys try to throw away some outdated items to clear up space, Cleveland insists on keeping everything because, well, it's all useful to him.
I'm gonna go ahead and ditch these promotional McDonald's cups from the 80s.
No, that's all we drink from. That's the Riddler right there. He would make inquiries to set your mind a jumble.
Quagmire can't understand how Cleveland can live like this. He'd rather live in a house full of kids than a house full of garbage.
There's juice boxes in the fridge, and if you get hungry, there's plenty of goldfish in the couch. Feel free to watch TV with the sound off, and the kids will be down here first thing in the morning to antagonize the dogs. Oh, and everyone here has pink eye.
The next morning, Chris overhears Rallo reading a story about The Rock, which gets him so pumped up that he smashes a flower vase over Rallo's head, thinking he's going to be the next wrestling champ.
Do you have any folding chairs?
No.
That's all right, I'll use this. Folding chair!
Ow!
What was that?
Donna is livid when she sees the broken vase, a precious heirloom from her great aunt. She decides it's time to teach Chris a lesson.
It hurts! I can't believe Japanese men pay good money for this!
At work,
I am important businessman. Here, I am bad boy.
Chris, horrified, runs home to Lois, telling her, "Mrs. Brown hit me." But here's the funny part. He was so terrified that he didn't even have time to pull up his pants.
Mom, Mrs. Brown spanked me.
What? And you still haven't pulled up your pants?
Chris spills the beans about what happened, and Lois is not happy. She insists Peter go to Donna's house to make it right. But Peter, ever the problem solver, suggests Lois chill out a bit and find another way to blow off steam. His idea? You could always do what I do, toss a dumbbell into a crowd and act like it was an accident. Classic Peter.
I forgot to make it look like an accident.
Lois, though, is beyond mad. She storms over to Donna's house, ringing the doorbell like it's her job.
Donna, what gives you the right to spank my child?
It always smells like the same meal over here.
When Donna answers, Lois immediately demands to know why she hit her kid. The two women go toe-to-toe, each defending their actions. Lois claims she never hits her kids because they're well-behaved, right, Lois? But Donna counters that her kid is currently up on the roof.
Stewie, you get down from there this instant.
Munch me, bitch!
Right now, Stewie, or you're in timeout.
How many gray pubes you plucked today, you old bag?
Yikes. Donna calls Lois a terrible parent, which sends Lois into full mama bear mode. She declares that from now on, their families are done with each other.
That includes you, Peter. I don't want you ever talking to Cleveland again.
And Cleveland, I forbid you from ever talking to Peter again.
But Stewie, ever the instigator, decides to make things even worse by hurling insults at Lois from the roof. Talk about throwing gasoline on the fire.
Damn all that.
Hey, Lois, look! I'm smoking! You can't control dick! I'm a roof baby now!
At the Clam, Joe is trying to work out plans for his daughter's birthday when Cleveland shows up, making Peter awkwardly shift in his seat.
Hey, y'all. Sorry, Peter. I'll get out of here.
No, I'll go. It's okay.
So Cleveland explains that their wives had a fight and banned them from hanging out together. Just then, Donna peeks in through the door, spying to see if Cleveland and Peter are drinking beer together. In that moment, the two friends decide to use their special abilities to swap skin colors.
Peter, quick, change pigments.
After Donna leaves, they quickly change back and breathe a sigh of relief. Crisis averted. For now.
That was close.
Number 5. Peter teleports home in Season 21, Episode 6.
No, it's okay. I'll just black out and never know how I got home. Works every time. And it's good for the environment, maybe.
The Griffin family, along with their friends, head to a Halloween festival. Lois is bubbling with excitement, happily exclaiming about how great it is to be there. But Peter ruins the moment by sarcastically muttering.
Yep, thanks to the vaccines, we can all get back to doing the things we hate.
Lois, clearly fed up with Peter's lack of effort to be part of the family, grumbles about his behavior. They argue until a random woman walks by, momentarily stopping their bickering.
Look, I'm doing the best I can, but I gotta tell you... Whoa. Careful.
Peter then spots his boss and rushes over to ask why he's wearing a particular hat. Preston casually explains that he's dressed as 90s comedian Pauly Shore.
You mean Pauly Shore?
Perhaps in less formal circumstances. You may recall he borrowed heavily from surf culture with phrases such as, hey, buddy, and grindage.
I don't think this costume is working.
Neither is Pauly Shore.
The Griffins then make their way into a house ominously called the house of unskippable podcast ads.
Before we get to the thrilling conclusion of Murder at the South Pole, I'd like to tell you about Untucked Shirts.
I'm hitting skip ahead, but it's not doing anything.
True to its name, once they put on the headphones, they can't skip the endless ads.
The big game was on the boob tube, but the biggest touchdown was the perfect length of my friend's premium-made, affordably priced shirt.
Literally no one talks like that.
The family is left bewildered, trapped in a weird digital nightmare.
So I went right home and binged Untuck It on my Microsoft Surface.
Is this a promotion within a promotion?
Untuck It shirts. We weren't here for Kevin James, but we're here now.
Meanwhile, Lois, the family planner, pressures Chris and Meg into signing a fun trip declaration to prove they had a good time for some sort of mommy meetup group.
Wow, very good. I see everyone had a good time. Would you like to spin the wheel of mom prizes?
Ooh, parking meter dimes.
Lois, ever the strategist, even uses this as an opportunity to make Bonnie take her turn with the worst option on the plan. Classic Lois.
Donate spin to mom you wish to belittle.
Oh, thank you. But you know Bonnie needs this more than I do. Her rejuvenation only made things worse.
Peter and his gang of misfit friends stumble into a haunted house, where they find a creepy 3D image room that scares Cleveland half to death.
Holography? That's next door to witchcraft, and down the hall from David Blannery. I do not care for his ruses.
But with some encouragement from Quagmire, they venture on, only to be puzzled by a 3D image of Michael Cera.
Oh, it's the real me. I'm just kind of translucent. Oh, hello, Hollywood. Yes, I would like to star in an action movie franchise.
That's not a Bluetooth. He just stuck a Tootsie Roll in his ear.
Then, Peter discovers a room with a data scanner that creates perfect replicas of people.
That sounds kind of bogus. Does the science check out on that?
They used it on Star Trek. You got a problem with Star Trek?
Okay, take it easy. I accept your explanation. We all should. It's Halloween.
Intrigued, he trades his shirt for the machine, setting off a chain of events that leads to his own personal clone being made.
Boy, this is the first button-down shirt that looks great untucked.
It's an Untuck It.
What's their secret?
Oh, they just make shirts a tiny bit shorter.
Genius!
Back at home, Peter sets the machine up in the basement and instructs it to create a doppelganger who will do all the work he can't be bothered with.
Please input personal characteristics.
Do they have to be true?
I have no way of knowing what is true and what is not. Such is life in the post-Donald Trump era.
Ugh, leave the satire to Garrison Keillor.
Of course, the clone eagerly obeys, and Peter is thrilled that he now has more time to protest at Anon, or whatever he's into.
What do we want?
We don't know!
When do we want it?
Also unclear.
Why do we want it?
Because it was forwarded to us in an email, so it must be true! Yeah!
Lois, unaware, is delighted by the clone's help with picking out clothes, while Peter spies on them from a nearby painting.
First, my 7-Up Yours t-shirt.
That was the most provocative thing ever put on television at the time. You have to keep that.
Okay, great.
But, plot twist, he somehow gets trapped inside that painting, needing to call for help to get out. Classic Peter move.
Under-the-seat studio audience poncho from the Meredith Vieira show.
Maybe it's time to say goodbye to Miss Vieira. Oh man, this is going great! Oh crap, I'm stuck.
The next day, Peter hands his clone a list of increasingly bizarre and illegal tasks.
Teach Stewie what sound the cow makes. It's moo. Quack is duck. Get opiates from John. Yeah, I'll give you John's number. Tell him it's Peter calling for opiates from John. He'll know what you mean.
The clone agrees to do it all, making Peter proud of his genius idea. This is the best thing since the Mayflower hired a tour guide, he proclaims.
Okay, everyone. From 8 until 9, we'll be trembling before our angry god. From 9 to 10, there's yellow fever on the Lido deck. And at 10, it's everybody's favorite, buckle hat bingo.
The guy without a hat wondered, what will happen if we lose all our hats?
What if we lost our buckle hat?
Well, do you have a plain hat?
Yeah.
Do you have a belt?
Yeah.
You got a buckle hat.
I just love knowing what's going on.
Meanwhile, the clone is diligently helping Lois with housework, leaving her overjoyed and relieved. Meg thinks everything is going great, except for the heat. But not to worry, the clone comes to the rescue with a massive hat to shield everyone from the sun, while reading a funny quote from a dish towel. Ah, the small joys in life.
And now to quote the kitchen towel, let us turn up the beat.
Stop it, or I'm gonna wet myself.
Me too. I always wet my plants.
Later at the Clam, Peter gets totally hammered with his buddies. Joe thinks Peter's too drunk to walk home, but Peter, ever resourceful, taps into his special ability to teleport home safely.
No, it's okay. I'll just black out and never know how I got home.
Yeah, technically
Works
teleportation.
every time. And it's good for the environment, maybe.
Because why walk when you can just teleport your way out of a bad situation, right? And there you have it. Just another day in the life of Peter Griffin, where things are awkward, bizarre, and sometimes just plain hilarious.
Today I'll be creating a video about the times when Brian's arrogance and foolishness led to tragic outcomes. Be sure to like and watch the entire video to support the channel. Number 1. Brian breaks his leg in Season 13, Episode 2.
Son of a bitch! Oh, my leg!
The story kicks off when Brian becomes infatuated with a runner at his local cafe. Every day he shows up just to catch a glimpse of her, but this time he's determined to make a move. His brilliant plan: pretend he's a runner too so he can accidentally bump into her.
And 1,000. Phew.
1,000 what?
Percent, that's what. You in the game too?
You mean running?
Let me think what's on my trophies. Yes.
You're losing her.
Brian's attempts at hitting on women are usually a bit off, but lucky for him, he tends to meet some genuinely nice ladies who still take the time to get to know him.
Hi, I'm Chloe. Nice to meet you.
Hey, you wouldn't maybe want to grab a bite to eat sometime, would you?
That sounds great.
Awesome.
After a successful chat, Brian manages to score a dinner date and proudly declares, "This is how normal people meet, unlike the time I had to compete with a bunch of guys on a dating app."
Hi, I'm Al Harrington of Al Harrington's wacky-waving inflatable arm-flailing tube-man warehouse and emporium. Due to a gut-busting divorce, limited people skills, and significant prodding from my therapist, I am currently seeking online companionship as a short but handsome, slightly hairy, newly single salesman.
The guy who talks at the speed of light really will do anything to sleep with as many women as possible.
And I would love to attempt to convert my heavily embellished internet profile and carefully airbrushed out-of-date photo into a night of physical intimacy with you!
That evening, Brian picks up his date for dinner, but plot twist, she asks him to go for a run before dinner. Brian, flustered and trying to get out of it, realizes there's no escape.
Oh, yeah, no, I would totally do that. I've already run like so many K today.
Oh, come on, don't be a wimp. This way you'll earn your dessert.
After all, when a woman wants to do something, you just go with it, right? So he awkwardly starts running after her, looking like a fish out of water.
Hey, is your vision also reduced to just a tiny pinhole?
Just push through it, Brian. Once you hit your runner's high, you'll catch your second wind.
Runner's high?
Yeah, my endorphins always kick in at the top of this hill.
She encourages him to push on up the hill to get that runner's high, but Brian's body parts start complaining, suggesting that he stop before he dies in an embarrassing heap.
Brian, this is your heart. What the hell do you think you're doing? Stop.
Brian, this is your penis. Don't listen to him. We're this close to Bone City.
Brian, I'm here too. I'm hanging out with your penis and your heart.
Then, miracle of miracles, once Brian reaches the top of the hill, something magical happens. He feels great, like he just chugged 1,000 Red Bulls, and they end up running all night without getting tired.
Go get him, Brian. And by the way, the sun is really a black guy.
The moon is Korean.
Wow, this is amazing.
He's practically bouncing off the walls, running like he's on a marathon through a rainbow, and then somehow ends up in bed with the girl.
You hit?
Oh, Brian, that was incredible.
Oh, and of course there's that one little detail, that creepy Korean moon-faced guy who's been spying on their romantic moments. Awkward.
Yeah, you humper real good, Brian.
I'm gonna go ahead and close the shades.
Hope to God you didn't end up getting yourself some child support from that one.
I still see you.
After a few days of dating the runner, Brian starts to morph into a professional runner himself, but with a side of arrogance. One evening, he sits down for dinner, proudly putting his feet up on Peter's chair, much to Stewie's horror.
That's Dad's chair. He's gonna be mad.
Lois offers to make him dinner, but Brian turns it down, calling her food full of chemicals, which naturally sends her into a rage.
Oh, you mean fuel? No offense, Lois, but that stuff is nothing but chemicals and empty calories.
Okay, I'll mush some up and put it on the floor next to the trash if you get hungry.
I think you bought girl running shoes.
But Brian couldn't care less. He's too busy rallying the troops to cheer him on for the upcoming Quagmire marathon.
You know, in case any of you want to come cheer us on, Chloe and I are doing the Quahog Marathon in a couple weeks.
A marathon? But what if that sexy boy has another bomb?
Meg, ever the skeptic, asks if Brian is sure he can finish the race. Brian, full of himself, confidently replies, "Don't worry, Meg, I'll give it my all, just like Scotty fixing the Enterprise."
That's great, Scotty. Mrs. Spock, give us readings on...
Captain, Scotty again. Yeah, you're not going to believe this. There is another lever here too. The ship can literally go 3 times as fast. I'm sorry, I feel like such a capital J jerk right now.
Scotty, that guy with the endless psychological issues who kept interrupting the captain, thus failing to fix anything? Yeah, Brian. That sounds like a great analogy.
Scotty, it's fine. Sulu, lock phasers.
Captain, I just got to jump in here. We don't have enough dilithium crystals to run the phasers. I've lost all credibility, haven't I?
After weeks of running and barely eating, Brian's body undergoes a transformation that is both shocking and tragic. When Stewie sees Brian's new physique in the bathroom, he's horrified.
Is it Brian? Oh my God! Hey, could you close the gate? Couple of calves got loose. Pow! Hey, and you're all sinewy. Your whole body looks like Paul McCartney's neck.
Thanks. That's not a compliment. You look terrible.
The show does a masterful job depicting the extreme consequences of too much running, leaving Brian looking like a walking skeleton. Now, painfully skinny and fragile, Brian has a breakup with his runner girlfriend, probably because she couldn't keep up with his ego, and asks Stewie to fetch him some band-aids to cover the sensitive spots.
What does your girlfriend think of this? I dumped her. She couldn't keep up with me. Hey, grab me some more band-aids, will you? I got like 8 more nipples to cover up before my run.
Stewie, worried about Brian's health, tries to intervene, pointing out that what he's doing is downright unhealthy, but Brian, blinded by his arrogance, refuses to listen.
Oh, I'm not healthy? Stewie, my heart rate is down to 4 beats a minute. Besides, I gotta keep training. The marathon's in 2 days.
Stewie, being the concerned little angel he is, tries to remind Brian of his own humanity and the time he used to call himself a dog snitch. But Brian, ever the fool, keeps pushing forward with his unhealthy obsession.
I'm worried you're losing yourself in all this. Do you remember that phase when you thought you were a pointer dog?
Was someone wearing my new high heels?
You dick.
Finally, Brian signs up for the marathon.
Hey, you made it. So, you ready to watch me kick some ass?
Brian, I think you've taken all of this too far. You know, there is such a thing as too much exercise. Stewie, I know you're worried, all right? And no offense, but I'm not taking advice from a guy who eats bread.
Oh Lord, does he actually think he can beat those tall, muscular guys? Spoiler alert, he's gonna get crushed, and not just in the race.
I love bread.
Son of a bitch! Ow! My leg!
Watching the jocks trample Brian's pride is oddly satisfying.
Help me, somebody!
Oh, 16 feet.
Brian, why does everything you touch turn to garbage?
Maybe, just maybe, this humiliating moment will knock some sense into him, or maybe not. Either way, the karma train has arrived. Number 2, torn apart by wolves and gorillas in season 21, episode 15.
So you've all read my book? They had read my book, they just didn't like it.
The story kicks off with a massive oil spill caused by a Carter-owned company, spilling millions of liters of oil into the Gulf of Mexico and causing environmental havoc. The best part? The 2 whistleblowers are a crab and a seagull, only in Family Guy, right?
2 anonymous whistleblowers blame negligence.
They cut corners left and right. This was inevitable.
What happened to the oil-covered little crab?
He had to leave.
Did you eat the little crab?
They cut a lot of corners.
Immediately, Carter is summoned to a crisis management meeting. His assistant warns him that if he doesn't handle the situation, the company's stock will plummet. But of course, Carter being Carter, he's only interested in using his money to buy everyone's silence.
See what I'm doing here? The throw the money at it gesture. Pay someone to do something worse so everyone forgets my thing.
They then show him a video from the captain of the sunken ship, suggesting that Carter could blame either the company's second-in-command or, more conveniently, his clueless son-in-law. Naturally, Carter chooses to throw his son-in-law under the bus.
There's some kind of force field.
Lois steps in to defend Peter, so the assistant gives Carter a few other suggestions.
Some other options are a donation and a photo op at an orphanage, or building a Holocaust memorial.
Haven't those Nazis been praised enough?
He immediately heads to an orphanage, thinking a photo op with an orphan child could redeem his company's reputation. Carter quickly finds a young girl to take a picture with, but the girl, being far sharper than Carter, demands candy in exchange.
I'm not buying you candy. Go to hell.
There's plenty of other CEOs who will. And Andrew Cuomo.
Who wants to see my nipple rings? Now bring that face over here for an unwanted smooch.
Carter agrees and takes her to Rexall for some menthol candy.
Never give a young girl candy. That's an Amber Alert or entrapment. Some sort of setup.
On the way, he jokingly asks her if all the orphans are just criminals on the run.
Just the ones in large bonnets smoking cigars.
My people groped Judy Garland something awful. Look it up.
After buying the candy, the girl happily takes his hand across the street, all innocent and adorable. Carter, moved by the moment, starts imagining taking her home and raising her as his own, saying, "We'd be like the Brooks brothers, but better."
Hey, I can make boxy suits.
And I only know lacrosse guys.
Brooks Brothers, look sharp at your sexual assault trial.
But ever the businessman, Carter makes sure to get a receipt just in case something goes wrong. He's got to cover all his bases, right?
I'm just gonna get a receipt in case we get home and you have a clubbed foot or something.
I don't.
Yeah, I'll probably just grab the receipt.
Back at the Griffin household, the family is watching the news, where they meet Gina, the reporter, whose delay in sound effects is unintentionally hilarious.
With uncomfortable audio delay, Gina. Gina? We seem to be having a problem.
That's right, Tom.
Lois is shocked to learn that her father adopted a little girl, her father who never cared about kids, ever. She reminisces about how she was raised by a nursemaid and never got any attention from her father.
I was raised by a nanny. I mean, Daddy didn't even learn my name until I was 8.
Well, what was it?
Lois.
Oh.
Lois used to beg her dad to take her to the zoo on her birthdays, but he was too busy with business.
What about the zoo?
I'll take you to the trading floor on Wall Street instead. Now that's a zoo. The guy on the other end is laughing.
We never made it to the zoo.
Now she's determined that the little girl Carter adopted won't suffer the same neglect she did. But when Lois visits her dad's house, she's in for a surprise. Carter is actually very affectionate towards the little girl. He even puts his work on hold to spend time with her, which completely shocks Lois.
There's a Mr. Important on the line.
Tell him he'll have to wait.
It's Mr. Important from the massage place.
Oh, of course, I'll take it. You gotta say that part.
The whole family gathered to watch Harry Potter awkwardly trying to call Hermione.
Remember that time I caught your snitch? Yeah, well, you may want to have your Chamber of Secrets checked because, it's possible I may have given you Hogwarts.
And Carter's bond with Tatum grows stronger. Carter even gives Tatum a credit card to spend freely, while Lois gets a special credit card she can barely use. Carter's clearly a shrewd businessman, if you catch my drift.
I'm your daughter, too.
Don't think for a moment I forgot about you, Lois. I'm giving you this Native American Express card.
Why?
I think you mean how.
That's offensive.
I laughed.
As Carter dances with Tatum, Lois, feeling a pang of jealousy, wants to join in but is hilariously rejected when Carter farts.
Mind if I cut in?
Mind if I cut one? Oh, too late. All right, I gotta go take a not wetting the hair shower.
Annoyed, Lois retreats to a quiet spot to watch TV, but her mood takes a nosedive when she overhears Carter saying he's taking Tatum to the zoo, something Lois had begged for as a child but never got.
Everyone in the van, we're taking Tatum to the zoo.
The zoo?
The zoo? What, are we returning Chris? Hey, Meg, do you hear we're going to the zoo? What, are we returning Chris?
Peter excitedly shares the good news with Meg and Chris, but really he's just trolling Chris, which makes Chris very mad.
We're going to the zoo. What, are we returning Chris?
Keep my name out your mouth.
Wow, dude, it was a zoo joke.
Keep my name out your mouth.
At the zoo, Lois is still fuming, ranting that she spent 30 years asking her dad to take her to the zoo, and
that is wild that Family Guy parodied that joke.
It's only thanks to Tatum that it's finally happening.
What else do you want, honey? Huh? My clothes? My car? You want to screw my husband?
I wouldn't.
I hear that husband of hers ain't hitting the mark, if you catch my drift.
Even though she's jealous, Lois follows Carter's lead and takes Tatum to the bathroom. While in there, Lois looks at herself in the mirror and realizes she looks like Ron Weasley. Talk about a Family Guy burn.
I look like Ron Weasley.
I'm now a real estate broker in Winnersh.
Tatum? Tatum!
Could you be quiet? I'm trying to wipe myself with the thinnest toilet paper known to humankind.
Why does that require silence?
Lois accidentally loses track of Tatum and panic sets in. She tells Peter to climb onto the giraffe's back to search for her, but he only spots other animal.
You see her?
No, but do you see those hippos doing it?
Giraffe?
The family splits up to search, and here's where our main man Brian enters the scene. He happens to pass by the wolf enclosure, and thinking the wolf has read his book.
Hey, what do you do?
I'm a writer.
Wait a minute, what's your name?
Brian Griffin.
Brian Griffin? I knew I recognized you. I read your book.
You read Faster Than the Speed of Love?
I sure did, and thanks for saying the title.
He happily opens the gate to let it out, only to get mauled to death.
Well, maybe I will come in for a Macallan. He didn't read my book.
Tatum, meanwhile, falls into a gorilla pit, which sets everyone scrambling. The zoo sends a rescue team, but they fail.
Now exiting the pit. Nope, correction, that's just his face. A gorilla has ripped it off and is wearing it, and is now walking out of the park.
Say, could you direct me to your town's banana district?
With no other options, Lois bravely dives in to save Tatum, using the most bizarre tactic ever. She starts recounting one of her weird dreams, which scares the gorillas into backing off.
You know, I did see a Facebook post of him from like a month ago, so maybe that had something to do with it.
Let's just go.
No, I want to hear how this ends, then tell her my dream.
But of course, Brian, still a hopeless fool, decides to follow suit and enters the gorilla pit, asking the gorillas if they've read his book. Predictably, he gets torn apart, but on the plus side, at least the gorillas have read it.
So you've all read my book? They had read my book, they just didn't like it.
Number 3, torn to shreds by a cat in Season 20, Episode 5.
It went poorly.
The story begins with Stewie successfully jumping from a great height and landing without a scratch, which thrills him until it unintentionally pisses off Chris.
Shut up! Shut up!
What's the problem?
What day is it?
Wednesday?
AKA the one day a week I have independent study first period and get to sleep in? So shut up!
Enter Lois, who gifts Stewie a stuffed monkey named Chi-Chi.
I found Chi-Chi. He's like your doll Reuben.
I know. You called Joanna Joanne the other day. It happens.
Stewie is left bewildered, wondering what the heck Lois is talking about until she says toy, at which point he lights up with excitement and snatches up the plush animal like it's the greatest gift on Earth.
Toy? Oh, toy! Well, why didn't you say so? Yay, toy!
Yay, toy!
Shut up!
I'm so sorry, Chris. I forgot it was Wednesday.
That night, Stewie finds himself in a delicate situation, sandwiched between two stuffed animals and struggling to kick Chi-Chi off his bed.
I know it's not ideal that he's here, but I can't just throw him out. Lois would be crushed. She has like nothing in her life. Of course I saw his Bible. That's the first thing I saw.
The next morning, Stewie encounters Doug on a toy train, and Doug's haughty attitude immediately irritates him.
What's on your shoes?
Oh, these are called laces. I doubt you've ever heard of them, Mr. Velcro.
I know about laces. I've just never seen black ones. Jeez, why are you always such a dick?
But ever the peacekeeper, Stewie quickly apologizes, only to confess he doesn't like the new monkey.
I keep trying to get rid of the monkey, but my mom keeps finding him, and I can tell you're bored.
Doug, dealing with a similar issue, his cat, Miss Tiggy Winkles, comes up with a wild idea.
I kill Chi-Chi, you kill Miss Tiggy Winkles. Nobody could ever connect us to the crimes. Crisscross.
You've got yourself a deal.
Thus begins the sinister plan. Stewie pretends to go outside, leaving Chi-Chi alone in the room. Doug then enters, dancing to the teddy bear's picnic before efficiently dispatching Chi-Chi.
Good night, Moon. Ugh,
God, Stewie's so basic.
When Stewie returns, he finds the stuffed monkey dead. He then acts like a professional actor, pretending he had nothing to do with it, and calls Chris for help.
For God's sake, what now?
So I was out on my walk with Jane, Allie P, and Allie R. Both got disastrous haircuts yesterday. Obviously, that stays in this room. And I just came in and found Chi-Chi like this.
Unfortunately, he disrupts Chris's precious Wednesday routine, sleeping in for his independent study day.
Sleep.
Sleep! Oh, you're a quick study. I know!
Next, Stewie visits Doug's house to take down Miss Tiggywinkles. However, upon entering, Stewie is immediately distracted by a blackboard.
Whoa, chalkboard wall? No way! The only limitation is my imagination. So fun!
Returning to his mission, Stewie finally finds Miss Tiggywinkles' room. But here's the funny part. He turns the entire room upside down looking for the cat, not realizing the cat is right next to him.
Get away from me! Oh my god! I can't read!
It's only when the owner feeds the cat dinner that Stewie realizes Asterisk Miss Tiggywinkles. Asterisk isn't a stuffed animal after all. It's a real cat.
Here you go, Miss Tiggywinkles.
Miss Tiggywinkles is a real cat! You know what? I can do this.
Gathering his courage, Stewie tries to stick to the mission, but of course, being the good little kid he is, he just can't bring himself to harm the cat.
I can't do it. I can't kill a cat. Unless you were in the movie musical with Rebel Wilson. I can't do it.
The next day, Doug is furious and scolds Stewie for not following through, but Stewie defends himself by pointing out Doug never mentioned it was a real cat. Doug, ever the villain, brushes this off and informs Stewie that he did successfully kill Chi-Chi.
I don't think...
Boy, this is really gonna hurt your reputation with my kindergarten friends.
You have kindergarten friends?
Oh yeah, I let them throw pine cones at me all the time.
Now, Stewie finds himself in a bit of a pickle as Doug threatens to ruin his reputation with his preschool friends if he doesn't follow through.
Kindergartners, eh? You know what? I'll do it.
Good choice, Stewie.
Hey, maybe after all this is done, I could get kindergartners throwing pine cones at me?
Whoa, slow down, champ. They start you with driveway pebbles.
That night, Stewie seeks Brian's help.
Just the man I was hoping to see. You don't like cats, do you?
Hate them.
Sit. 3 of Lois's sweaty jogging bras.
Have I really been that good of a boy?
It depends. I got a cat problem.
Naturally, Stewie must prepare some sort of creepy gift, because what else would he give in such a situation?
You get rid of my cat, this is all yours.
Done.
Go ahead, boy.
Oh, yeah, she ran fast because Bonnie was watching.
Stewie secretly takes Brian to Miss Tiggywinkles' room, and before entering, he asks Brian if he needs any weapons. No, says Brian with his usual arrogance.
You need a weapon or anything?
She's a cat. I'm a dog. I'm good.
After about 10 seconds of combat, Brian is swiftly shredded to pieces by the cat's claws, leaving Stewie horrified. As for me, well, I think that was a well-deserved comeuppance for someone as cocky as Brian.
It went poorly.
Number 4, Brian gets ground into meat in season 19, episode 5. In this hilarious episode, Joe invites Peter to be Susie's godfather at her baptism. Peter kicks off his antics by dressing up as an Italian mobster, even bringing a cat to the church. Because why not?
And you can't bring a cat to church.
Why not? He's Catholic. He does a muttly laugh.
The baptism ceremony is anything but ordinary, as instead of a priest, there's a rabbi conducting the ritual.
Now, before the child goes in the water, has it been at least 20 minutes since she ate?
Yes, Rabbi.
Wonderful. Then let's dunk this kid like a donut. I hereby christen this child in the name of Jesus Christ, who was killed by we don't know who. It's not important.
Joe and Bonnie nearly have heart attacks when the rabbi dips their daughter in holy water for what feels like a lifetime.
And the last thing we want to do is point fingers.
Can you please take my daughter out of the water?
Sorry. Congratulations, sweetie, you're a Christian. From now on, every Sunday you get to eat a hard cookie and pretend it's a guy.
But things take a wild turn when Peter gets into a scuffle at a restaurant and is mistaken for a real Mafia boss.
Give me that, kid.
I had that happen to me. I went to this really expensive restaurant with a girl. We were eating food. They apparently thought I was some sort of UFC fighter. When racism goes right.
Your son, you dick! Sir, please. You're making a scene.
No, I'm not. I can do whatever I want. I'm the Godfather.
The restaurant manager, fearing for his life, calls over an Italian waiter to serve Peter whatever he wants.
Get the Godfather whatever he wants!
Godfather? There's a new Godfather?
Oh, look at the wall. Why does Venice always look so terrible?
Back home, Peter started to act like a true Italian. He touched his kids' cheeks and encouraged them to go out a little more, of course, except for Meg.
I'll be touching faces a lot more than I used to. My boys. My bambinos. No touch.
He even hires a ridiculously good-looking bodyguard and convinces himself he's totally oblivious to the romantic tension between Lois and the bodyguard. But let's face it, Peter can't resist when he catches Lois getting cozy with the guy.
You look very nice today, Vincenzo.
Hey, she gave you a compliment. What, do you got cotton in your ears? Answer her.
Yeah, meathead. What's with this guy, pup?
As the head of the Italian community, Peter refuses to let store-bought pasta sauce anywhere near his house. The audacity.
Peter, what the hell? That was a Prego.
Yeah, and Prego means you're welcome. A very cocky name for an average pasta sauce.
The rest of this is just jokes, but that's kind of a good point.
When Chris annoys him, Peter sends him to Italy for 5 years to teach him a lesson, because nothing says family bonding like shipping your kid halfway across the world for a time out.
Mario Battalio, Gruppo Buco de Beppo, Ford Coppola.
What does that stuff mean?
Mamma mia!
Peter quickly roped in his best friends to join his Mafia gang. And yes, you guessed it, Joe, a cop, somehow finds himself in a criminal organization, because why not?
And Joe, you're a cop. How are you okay with any of this?
Are you asking an Irish cop why he's corrupt?
Question withdrawn.
They get involved in all kinds of illegal activities, even hijacking an entire airplane.
We discussed laying low, but not everyone agreed with that. Be careful with this. We stole it.
When Peter runs into Brian at home, he warns him that as the new Mafia boss, he's gonna treat dogs badly, but Brian doesn't seem too fazed until Peter eats Brian's favorite chicken, and then things go south.
Now where's my chicken parm from last night?
Oh, I ate it.
You ate it?
Yeah, there was no name on it. It was just sitting there. Is there a problem?
No problem.
As Brian steps outside to go for a drive, Peter unexpectedly attacks him from behind. Luckily, Lois returns just in time to save Brian's life.
Peter, I'm home from the market. I got steak sandwiches on ciabatta.
Oh, that's way better than chicken parm. I'm gonna have it with my last can of cream soda.
Actually, I finished that too.
However, Brian makes the rookie mistake of drinking Peter's soda, and Peter decides it's time for some mob justice. He enlists Quagmire, who hates Brian, to take care of him permanently.
Leave the gun. Take the cream soda.
Later, when Stewie catches Brian eating his Stella Doro cookies without asking, things go from bad to worse for Brian.
Hey, what do you say you and I do a little fishing?
Meanwhile, Joe starts worrying that they might be dealing with a real mafia. And sure enough, Peter begins to receive ominous warnings that he's in over his head. Seeing an opportunity to take down the crime ring.
Oh, thank God. The Mafia doesn't hate me. You's dead, fat ass. Love the Mafia. Oh my God, the Mafia does hate me!
Joe convinces Peter to wear a wire to help the cops bust the gang. But Peter realizes that his kids could get hurt in this mess, so he warns Chris about the looming danger.
Un momento, Vinny Testaverde con Carmine Ragusa. Ciao, Francesco de Napoli. Damn it!
Joe attaches the wire and teaches Peter some emergency phrases, including explaining the origin of Godfather.
Hey, Dad, I wrote a big show and your grandson Jesus is in it.
He's kind of the star of it, really. Can you make it?
Look at you. I'm there, pal. When is it? When's the big show?
It's Good Friday.
Oh, don't say Friday.
I was afraid of that.
The irony is thick when Joe gives Peter a crash course on the Mafia, making it clear just how bad the Godfather is.
Well, there's kind of a postscript to the story. Maybe you could catch that?
Oh, you betcha, slugger.
It's on Sunday.
Oh, you're kidding. Doesn't anyone do anything on Tuesdays anymore? Listen, I'm getting pulled into this meeting right now, but good luck with your thing.
Peter fumbles through the mission, messing everything up, and they discover he's wearing a wire. Joe and the cops rush in to rescue Peter, but in the process, they end up getting caught themselves. Just as they're about to meet their demise, they're saved by none other than a bottle of Prego pasta sauce, which Peter had previously mocked for being store-bought.
Oh my God! Thank you!
Prego.
Everything settles back into a twisted sense of normalcy, but Brian is far from safe. He endures a series of Godfather-inspired deaths at the hands of various family members, all for admitting that he drank Lois's wine. Lois takes him for a walk in the woods and reveals that, despite claiming to not watch Mafia films, she's seen Fargo right before throwing him into a wood chipper. Classic Lois.
I thought you were going to do some kind of Godfather murder on me.
Oh, Brian, I don't watch Mafia movies, but I did see Fargo.
Huh?
Number 5. Brian the dog manages to break all 4 of his legs in Season 19, Episode 10.
Not a cat.
After surviving a nasty flu, he decides to take a 23andMe genetic test to see what other potential diseases he might have inherited.
It says I'm predisposed to like caffeine. So true, so true. I can't even function without my calf. I get all grrr.
How many more of these are there?
Phew, don't have the Alzheimer's gene, that's good.
Everything seems fine until Stewie discovers that Brian has 1% cat DNA.
Oh my God, Brian! You're 1% cat! And part black. What? Whoa, I was just kidding about the black thing. That was a test, and you...
The next morning, Brian starts acting like a cat, which leaves Stewie completely flabbergasted.
What was that? Was that a cat stretch? Oh my God, is that what that looks like?
Brian becomes obsessed with his DNA results, especially the part that says instincts beat training any day.
What are you purring? Do you really think you're a cat? Yeah, no, I don't know. Okay, I just feel different.
Stewie, rolling his eyes, tells Brian he doesn't care about his cat-like genes and insists he's not a cat, so stop pretending like one.
You're not a cat. You're what's called a pretentious absorber. What's that? You remember how Madonna lived in London for like a month and then started talking with a British accent? It's that.
But Brian, ever the stubborn dog, completely ignores Stewie and keeps up the cat act.
If I weren't a cat, would I be obsessed with this scratch post?
That's not a scratch post, that's Meg's leg.
Don't stop!
Things get more ridiculous when Lois sees Brian sitting on the floor, refusing to jump up on the couch despite her repeated calls.
Right here. Jump up. Psst, psst. Jump up.
Yeah, cats will not jump up on you
Come
regardless
on,
of what
right
happens.
here. Come on up, be a friend. Just jump up.
Finally, Lois, frustrated, grabs him by the back and tries to lift him up.
I know you want to come up here. Jump the hell up here, you dope. I demand that you jump up here and be a companion. Be a companion! Get up here!
Mommy?
Although she had warned him not to bite her hand, Brian, now fully in cat mode, can't help but react like a feline because, well, cat's gonna bite.
Ow! That's it! I'm gonna go online and buy you a $70 toy you'll hate.
Later that evening, Peter returns home, popping a bottle of champagne to celebrate his victory over his heavyweight chicken rival. But the hilarious part is that every time Peter opens the champagne, Brian the cat jumps in fear, as if he's been startled by a loud noise. Yep, just like a real cat.
Champagne?
Maybe open that face. Ah, my eye!
Another bottle?
You're the only one.
Ow! My eye!
And the chaos doesn't stop there. Peter's next victim is Stewie, and when Stewie confronts Brian, the terrified cat runs out of the dining room in a panic, making his cat-like behavior even more undeniable.
Another bottle?
That's me.
Ow!
You dick!
Ow!
The next morning, Brian, aka Cat Brian, hops onto the car's hood, does a little spin, and sits down, curling up like he's the king of the world.
Garfield tips the scales, as read by Morgan Freeman. How did you like your lunch, Garfield? Burp, burp. I give it 2 burps.
Quagmire, ever the curious one, pops up and asks Brian what he's doing. Brian, with all the confidence in the world, announces, I just discovered I'm a cat and I want to live in peace with you. Quagmire, amused, gives Brian a challenge. Prove you're a cat by jumping off the roof.
You're not a cat, Brian.
I think my genetic makeup would disagree.
Okay, Brian, if you're really a cat, prove it by jumping off your roof. If you land on your feet, safe and sound, I'll agree that you're a cat.
Brian, acting all cocky, says, Is that all? And climbs to the roof to make the leap. Spoiler alert, he'll regret it.
Damn. Not a cat.
After the most ridiculous jump ever, Brian ends up wrapped in bandages like a mummy, looking like a sad, broken cat and feeling a little embarrassed by his own stupidity. Stewie, being the great friend he is, realizes Brian's going to need some time to recover.
Yeah, I've been hurt, but even I've never broken all 4 of my legs at the same time. Damn that.
So he brings him a new audiobook to distract him from his delusions of feline grandeur.
Marmaduke, as read by Benicio del Toro.
Marmaduke, get out of that bathtub. You look like a idiot.
Please take this off my head.
And because Stewie is a good friend, he even prints out a new test result for Brian, so he can finally let go of his I'm a cat fantasy.
15% terrible writer, 18% alcoholic, 10% Snoopy, and 2% great guy.
Thanks, Stewie. I'm ready for another Vicodin and peanut butter now.
The moral of this video is never put band-aids on your nipples. At best, you'll look weird. At worst, someone will call the police on you.
From their frustrating search for a Thanksgiving turkey to competing for Lois's attention, here are Brian and Peter's 10 craziest fails together. We begin with the episode Brian the Closer. After a friendly perverted banter...
But if you also put in Edward Furlong's movie, Pecker, you got Pecker and Dick in the glory hole, and you got a tight squeeze, but it ought to fit.
Apologies if you feel that's offensive. Peter finds Brian's old rope toy, which to the dog is still sort of a big deal.
No, it's not. It's awesome. I can thrash it around, pretend it's a snake. Sometimes I just bite it like this.
Rope! That's stupid.
Can't help but agree with Peter for maybe the first time ever. But as expected, he disappoints once again.
I want it.
Well, you can't have it. It's mine.
Oh, yeah? Not for long, it ain't.
So, Peter spends the next couple of days plotting on how to snatch his dog's useless rope toy. And he would do just about anything to get it.
Just give me the rope. Nobody has to get hurt, Brian. All right, I warned you.
In the end, more than one person gets hurt as Brian, who stubbornly refuses to let go, ends up losing his teeth.
My teeth! Oh, man, I'm real sorry about your mouth, Brian.
Nah, you ain't. Brian tries to convince Lois to take him to the dentist, but her reply is anything but kind.
We're not spending human money on a deformed animal.
Following the rejection, the dog ends up at the bar drinking with Quagmire, who we all know hates him.
I don't care enough about you to lay into you. But now that you mention it, your face looks like a used condom.
Quagmire then refers Brian to his dentist, but with conditions.
Don't tell anybody about this. Now get the hell out of the bar, you pathetic son of a bitch.
Brian's surgery is successful, and he returns with a big smile. Even Peter couldn't help but acknowledge it.
That is the best cosmetic surgery in this family since Lois got a boob job.
Okay. With his new teeth, Brian is recruited to be a real estate agent after mistakenly closing a deal. Apparently, real estate agents are supposed to have big, bright smiles. When an opportunity to become a partner is presented to Brian, he decides to trick Quagmire into buying an old abandoned condo. Talk about repaying good with evil. After a rather elaborate presentation, Quagmire purchases the condo, only to discover he has been tricked.
Damn it, Brian screwed me!
That's why I've never made any major investments with my dog.
Should have said that earlier. Aware that the contract has a 72-hour opening to rescind the purchase, Brian decides to play a game of hide-and-seek.
They're gone.
Well, for the next 72 hours, I'm going to be harder to find than a nice cat.
So, Quagmire tracks the dog down to his motel room, where Brian tries to outsmart him once again but not this time.
And that is 72 hours. Enjoy your crap hole, dumbass.
You son of a bitch!
Well, that effectively puts an end to Brian's real estate career. In the episode Castaway, Peter, who in this episode is a fisherman, returns home empty, and Lois reads him the riot act.
Peter, we have a family to feed. We all count on you to provide for us.
I know, and I feel terrible.
At the Clam, Peter learns of the tales of Pelican's Reef, a place with lots and lots of fish, from which no man ever returns.
All right, everybody, I'll be back in a week.
Honey, be careful. This Pelican's Reef sounds dangerous.
That's why I built you a widow's walk, Lois.
If you are so sure you will be back in a week, why build a widow's walk? I'm just thinking out loud. So, his friends accompany him on the journey to the reef. Meanwhile, back at home, Lois and Brian learn of the approaching hurricane, RuPaul.
A hurricane? Oh my God, Peter's out there.
Don't worry, Lois. Peter's good at getting out of trouble.
Their adventure begins on a good note as they catch a lot of fish. But then, the hurricane strikes, destroying their vessel and leaving them stranded.
Oh, no.
After waiting for their return for months, the city, thinking that they are all dead, holds a funeral in their honor.
I know, sweetie. I'm sad too, but you're making a scene. All our friends are here.
Such a loving wife. Fortunately for Peter and the guys, who now look like cavemen, a ship comes to the rescue and they return home. But Peter returns to some bad news.
I'm not quite sure how to tell you this, but I got remarried.
What?
It was a very difficult time, and he was there for us.
Wait until you see who her new husband is.
Honey, I'm home. Peter, you're alive.
Now, that's just weird.
That's
Feeling
messed up.
dejected that his dog has taken his place, Peter walks out of the house.
Oh, Peter, I just feel terrible about this.
I don't need your sympathy. I don't need anything.
You can take your sympathy and shove it up your... Sorry about the language, though. Peter decides to fight for his marriage by lying down naked in the living room.
Peter, I know what you're trying to do, but it's not gonna work. I'm married to Brian.
Peter's plan works because Lois is kinda cheap, and they end up traumatizing Stewie. Meanwhile, Peter must have done it really good because Lois starts sneaking out to go get some more. Unknown to her, Stewie recorded her and Peter doing adult stuff, and he plays it for her new husband.
My God, how could they do this to me?
Can't believe Stewie would choose Brian ahead of Peter. On her return, Brian does her the favor of ending their marriage.
And to think, Brian, I was like a day away from having sex with you.
Let's hope she was just joking. Peter
That's
and
what they
Brian
all
go to the
say.
cinema to see a movie, but being mischievous, he sneaks in with a bottle of liquor. But soon enough, they become drunk and begin acting up.
Lisa, get away from him. He's a Nazi. I know Jews is bad, but them's is worse.
Sit down!
Move! Stop blocking the screen, you jerk!
Peter then takes his craziness to a whole new level, forcing Joe to step in and arrest them. They then end up in court.
Your Honor, if you'll just let us explain.
I've heard all the testimony I'm prepared to hear. This court sentences you both to 30 days of Alcoholics Anonymous.
That serves them right. In compliance with their sentence, Peter and Brian attend AA where they both seem uninterested. Peter even almost gets into a needless fight about cars.
He said he had a sports car. That's cool, but what kind?
It was a Miata.
Oh, come on. That's not a sports
not a sports
car.
car.
How does that even kill a kid? What you hit her over the head with it?
That's a legitimate sports car.
Nope. Next.
Back at home,
Nah,
they
yeah,
continue
no.
to whine about how AA is just a waste of time. And soon, they get a bright idea.
We don't got a problem with our drinking. It's everybody else who's got a problem with our drinking.
That's it. The issue isn't that these people are alcoholics. They just have nowhere to drink without being judged.
So, in complete disregard for the law and the sanctity of AA, Peter and Brian show up at the next meeting with crates of alcohol.
No.
They also convince the rest of the AA attendees to join in their drinking spree. Peter and Brian sure know how to get themselves into trouble. Only that, they were both prepared this time.
Alcoholics, transform!
All right, what the hell's going on in here? We got a noise complaint.
Joe, shh. Peter's about to start.
We are gathered here again tonight, fellow AA members, to talk about the greatest temptation the devil ever created. Alcohol.
After drowning himself in booze, Peter gets behind the wheel and ends up in a ghastly motor accident that claims his life. Next, Peter's spirit wakes up from his body, only to be as silly as his body.
Oh, God, did I hold on to the touchdown pass?
What's wrong with you?
You know what? I was so drunk, my ghost is drunk.
Death informs Peter that he will be given another chance, but first, he has to show him where his life is headed if he continues being a drunk. He then shows him how boring his life would be like if he had never tasted alcohol.
What am I supposed to do? If I'm a drunk, I'm a jerk, and if I'm sober, I'm a douche.
Well, why not try moderation? Lois hosts a cocktail party Peter isn't exactly excited about.
That's the speech you were working on? Okay, now let's play a game. It's called Everybody Give Me an Idea What Time You're Leaving.
Meanwhile, for the party, they put their dog in its place.
Hey, is the party good out there? Can I come out?
No, Brian, you're fine in the kitchen.
So, during Lois's fancy party, Peter reveals that he has never read a book, a statement that ruins the party.
And once again, your ignorance of books has ruined it. Enough is enough. I got a junior high book list here, and starting tomorrow, you are reading one of these books.
Well, to meet up with Lois's high standards, Peter heads off to the library where he is completely transformed.
I did what you wanted. I went to the library and I got 1984.
What a book. Well, Lois gets to witness Road Rage Peter.
Damn it, Peter, I'm sick of this. Take that Van Halen CD back today.
No way. I ain't never returning that CD.
Lois eventually blackmails Peter to return the CD, but on his way, he sees a rock star hen and decides to enter a racing competition. Well, it ends in total disaster for him.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Griffin, but your husband is in a coma.
While in a coma,
I'm surprised he told him the truth. Usually Dr. Hartman is a jokester at the worst times.
Peter's unconscious self embarks on an adventure, but in the real world, Lois has to decide if she wants to pull the plug on Peter.
Mrs. Griffin, I have some bad news. Your husband is brain dead. I'm afraid it's time for you to make your choice.
Meanwhile, Peter's subconscious self is about to board a ship filled with the deceased. That's basically him journeying into the land of the dead until he gets unexpected news.
Senor Griffin, I think it's time for you to depart.
Hey, before I go, what's the boat's Wi-Fi password?
Oh, there's no Wi-Fi on board.
I don't want to go!
All because there is no Wi-Fi? Peter wakes up to find that Lois did pull the plug. I used to think she loved him, except in the episode where she chose Brian over him, following Lois's decision. Peter holds a grudge against her until she decides to leave.
It's over. You'll never forgive us for killing you at the hospital, so we're done. We're leaving town today. You'll never hear from us again. It'll be like we died.
But after reality sets in, Peter decides to go after his family.
There's no way a non-ticketed civilian can...
Lois! Kids!
Dad came!
In Death is a Bitch, Lois tries to get down with Peter when she discovers that her husband has a lump on his breast. After trying to deny its existence, a petrified Peter rushes to the doctor.
Give it to me straight, Doc. How long do I have?
Mr. Griffin, I'd say you have about a month to live.
Well, the doctor was only joking because his test results were not out yet. But that didn't stop Peter from being dramatic.
Listen, I've had a good life, and you can always be proud of your father and all of his accomplishments.
What accomplishments?
Go to your room.
Peter, however, continues in his preparation for his death.
I'm selling all my worldly goods so you'll have some cash when I'm dead.
Such a
That is legitimately the most ruthless burn in Family Guy. Can you imagine if you walk into a room with your family and you tell them, I'm okay that I'm about to pass away because I've achieved so many accomplishments. And they have to look at you and be like, but what accomplishments? You just gotta murder him. That's the only way. Gotta take them all out. Put them all to sleep.
During his yard sale, the hospital calls with news regarding his test results.
Mr. Griffin, all your tests came back negative.
It turns out the lump on his chest is just a fatty corpuscle. Well, whatever that is, it means Peter is fine. But even with the good news, Peter isn't excited about the bill. So, in his usual greedy manner, he devises a plan to avoid the payment.
Wait a second, that's it. I can't make a dead guy pay his bill. All I gotta do is write deceased right here where it says name. And where it says sex, I'll write no thanks, I'm dead.
Smart choice, Peter. So, Peter might have just escaped death, but death comes knocking on his door.
Come on, man. Which one is Peter Griffin?
This is Peter Griffin.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good one.
Peter tries to explain to Death that he is making a mistake, but Death has evidence.
Oh, I made a mistake, huh? Then what do you call this?
But Lois isn't going to let Death take her husband without a fight.
I don't care what that says. You can't take my husband.
So, to persuade Death, she invites him in for dinner. But dinner isn't enough to change Death's mind.
Well, that does it for me. Let's go, Peter.
Wait! You can't go. After dinner, we usually go into the living room and live for another 40 or 50 years.
40 or Let's go.
Try again next time, Lois. But as they leave, Peter tries to run away, and in the ensuing chase, Death falls down and sprains his ankle. Peter helps Death, and Death decides that he's gonna hang around for a few days until he's back on his feet.
Peter, don't you see? As long as he's here, you can't die.
Death, however, has a warning for Peter.
You can't tell anyone I'm here, for if humanity discovers I'm no longer lurking in the shadows, consequences will be dire.
Armed with that knowledge, Peter does every crazy thing he can do since he knows Death is on a break.
Peter, are you saying that if I shoot you in the head with this Channel 5 pistol, you'll be completely unharmed?
Why don't you give it a shot?
Since Peter ignored his instructions, Death decides to punish Peter.
This is all your fault, and there's only one solution. You have to go out there and do my job. You have to be Death.
Well, Peter fails in his first mission as the Grim Reaper, but Death isn't so mad at him because, thanks to him, everyone now knows that Death still exists. On Thanksgiving Day, Peter gets on Lois's nerves.
You want to tell me what the hell happened to our Thanksgiving turkey?
He confesses to his crimes, but Lois isn't going to have it.
You and Brian better get another turkey right now, and don't bother coming back until you do.
What begins as a routine market stop for a turkey quickly becomes a frustrating adventure.
Can't believe every turkey within a 60-mile radius of Quahog is sold out.
Luckily, they find a turkey after hours of searching, but Peter's bad luck is far from over. First, he practices his basketball moves before driving Brian's car straight into a lake. With Brian almost drowning, Peter shows just how selfish he is.
Peter, what the hell? You chose a turkey over me? I almost died! I swear to God, I thought dogs could breathe underwater.
Yeah, sometimes they fly. With the car and the turkey lost, and their phones dead, they are officially stranded. Luckily, they get a free ride to the bus station. But thanks to Peter, who stupidly decides to poop inside the bus, they both get thrown out.
I don't know what they were so mad about. I did it in a Rite Aid bag.
That doesn't make it less gross. Peter magically conjures a bike, but his bad luck is far from over as the bicycle's chain breaks. He then suggests that they hitchhike, but their streak of misfortune continues.
Hi there, folks. Hand over the turkey.
What?
I can't go back to my wife without a turkey.
On Thanksgiving Day, wives wield a strange power. But in the middle of their endless walk back home, Brian finally loses it.
Peter, do you not see that we are completely screwed here? And it's all thanks to you. And we don't have any transportation.
Being scolded by your dog for your irresponsibility? I never saw that coming. Peter then confesses that he ate all the turkey himself and set him up.
You son of a bitch, how could you do that to me? You're a dog, Brian. I can throw you off a bridge, and as long as I don't hit a person on a boat, it's okay.
That's mean. Now very pissed, Brian walks away from Peter, but Peter wouldn't let him be. Desperate to save his ass from trouble, Peter comes up with one more bad idea.
There's our answer. We break into the zoo, steal a turkey, bring it home. We're heroes.
As you must have already guessed, it's not as straightforward as Peter thinks. Yes, they find a turkey, but catching a turkey can be complicated. Brian even ends up in a lion's den, and Peter comes to his rescue. Turns out, Brian isn't just a dog to Peter, and he does care about him. Concerned about her upcoming SAT exams, which she is obviously unprepared to take, Meg tricks Brian into taking the test for her.
In fact, you're so smart. I thought you'd be the perfect person to maybe take the SAT for me.
What?
I thought she was about to ask Brian to take her virginity. Whew. We gonna edit that out.
That would be wrong.
Well, I suppose you may look at it that way. But a wise book once said, with the heart at stake, right and wrong is a stake through the heart.
I don't know what that means, but Brian wrote it and Meg's scheme works out perfectly.
Wow, ensnared by my own verbal trap. Well played, me through you. All right, Meg, I'll take that test for you.
Surprisingly, none of Meg's classmates or even her teachers could tell the difference. All Brian had to do was put on her cap. Apparently, Meg doesn't look too different from her dog. Meg gets her SAT results, and it's far from what she expected.
That's the worst score in my class.
What?
Damn it! Why did I ever think you were smart?
I'll admit, I too used to think Brian was smart. The SAT results messes with Brian's confidence, and Peter sees it as the perfect opportunity to recruit Brian into the League of Stupidity.
Don't feel bad, Brian. It's fun being stupid. You don't gotta worry about nothing, you don't gotta read books, and you never die.
Peter, that's not correct.
How would you know, stupid?
Since he is already stupid, Brian decides to start hanging out with someone equally stupid. Who else but Peter? So after spending enough time with Peter, the dog becomes even more stupid.
No, I mean it. How could one bad test score transform you into a complete moron? Brian, I'm concerned something is very wrong with you.
Yeah, you are right. He has caught the Peter flu. Brian then collapses and is rushed to the hospital where we find out why he has been acting so stupid.
However, I'm sorry to inform you that Brian has a brain tumor.
To think that it took a tumor for a dog to be as dumb as Peter.
But I say we get that tumor out of him right away before he gets any dumber.
Brian, however, refuses to undergo surgery, so Stewie takes it upon himself to ensure the dog is smart again.
Good Lord! If I don't do something, his stupidity will kill him, and then I'd lose Brian forever.
When all his plans fail, Stewie decides to think outside the box to ensure that Brian undergoes the surgery.
Hey, Brian, you want to go see Dr. Hartman and get that procedure where you get 2 wieners?
Whoa, hell yeah!
No.
Stewie's plan works, and he gets the surgery. Peter walks in on Brian trying to fake his death by burning down his motel room so he can escape his marriage.
I can't take it, Peter. I thought I could marry Jess, but it's awful. I can't live this way.
Peter, however, convinces Brian that marriage isn't all that bad. He also decides to show Brian what it means to be a husband.
This is our spot, Brian. A place just for married guys like you and me.
Turns out, the place is kinda magical.
Nope, been here for 30 years. You just can't see it until you get married. Watch, take your ring off.
Wow. Brian becomes so into the ways of husbands, he ends up being a lazy, good-for-nothing couch-sitting glutton, until even Peter becomes concerned.
I gotta say, Bri, the guys at Husbands are a little worried about you. They said you had 4 Scott Peterson fish sandwiches yesterday.
Thanks to his being overweight, Brian dislocates his hips while trying to walk and ends up in the hospital where the doctor gives him some advice.
Wouldn't hurt to lose some weight. And he won't be able to walk until his hip heals. He'll need someone to take care of him.
That basically means Brian is an adult baby who needs constant care, and Jess has to be responsible for him.
Sometimes it's been difficult to cook with all the other things I have to do for Brian.
Oh, don't listen to her. I'm so easy. I do have to go to the bathroom, though.
Gotta feel sorry for Jess. Fed up with having to constantly babysit her overweight dog of a husband, Jess takes him to the dog pound.
Where do you think you are? This isn't a doctor's office. This is the pound. You're being euthanized.
What? Jess is having me put down?
Yeah, she is. Luckily, Peter goes to visit Brian in his apartment, where he learns about Jess's plan to euthanize him. If you are struggling to understand what that means, just know you are not alone. Peter had to drive to the library to decode that meaning.
Euthanize, euthanize, euthanize. Oh my God! I gotta do something! Damn it! Now I have to do that with every dictionary here.
Peter always finds new ways to show his cluelessness. Eventually, he figures it out and rescues Brian. While hanging out with Quagmire and Joe at the Glam, Peter complains about being tired, and Joe suggests that he drinks Red Bull for energy. What you just witnessed is Peter's reaction to drinking Red Bull for the first time. But I should warn you, what you are about to see next is way worse.
Hey, what's up, party people? Ah, what the hell are these things? Curtains or something boring? Hey, here's my little man.
Peter quickly becomes addicted to the burst of energy that comes from drinking Red Bull. He becomes a constant nuisance. He even appears on a live TV game show where he does the incredible.
Go ahead, Peter. Close as you can to $1 without going over.
Oh my God.
Whoa, paramedics, come on down!
Now that's way too much energy. So, to stop her husband from going crazy, Lois disposes of all his Red Bull, but Peter isn't ready to quit just yet.
What are you doing, Peter?
I'm making my own Red Bull. Lois can't stop me from experiencing the manic highs and lows my body demands.
But since Peter, as we all know, is very silly, he decides that he needs an extra punch.
Kerosene is fuel, Brian. Red Bull is fuel.
Kerosene is Red Bull.
You can already tell this won't end well.
Oh, boy.
Peter takes his homemade brew and collapses, only to wake up in the hospital where the doctor
that's the way to do
informs Lois that Peter has total kidney failure.
Dialysis? Is there any other way?
Yes, there is.
No. We'll do the dialysis.
So at the Clam, Joe and Quagmire advise Peter to miss his dialysis so they could watch one of their favorite shows together.
Yeah, it's probably just like missing an antibiotic. You just take the next one.
Yeah, you're probably right.
No, he isn't. In fact, he couldn't be farther from the truth. In no distant time, Peter collapses and ends up in the hospital again. Lois is worried about his condition, but the doctor assures her that Peter is on the list of those waiting for an available kidney. However, there are a lot of people ahead of him. Lois then volunteers to give Peter a kidney. But unfortunately, she isn't a match. Brian volunteers and he turns out to be the perfect match. But it's not that straightforward.
As a dog, Brian's kidneys are smaller and don't have the capacity of a human kidney. For the procedure to work, we would need to transplant two.
To save Peter, Brian decides to sacrifice himself. But Stewie has other plans.
We're at the playground, Brian. I kidnapped you. You and I are going to spend the rest of our lives living right here under the slide.
What follows is one of the rare occasions where we see Stewie get emotional. Eventually, Brian makes it to the theater, but just before the surgery, they get some good news.
Well, you see, Mrs. Griffin, I found another donor for your husband.
Well, both Peter and Brian get lucky. In the middle of a heat wave, Peter walks into the house to announce that this year's Rhode Island Dog Show Championship will be held in Quahog, with a first prize of $500. With the heat in full swing and the family in dire need of an air conditioner, Lois has some ideas.
Well, if you won, we could use that money for a new air conditioner.
Hey, Brian, you could win for sure.
Brian is, however, unwilling to participate, but the family manages to convince him. But first, the dog would need some training.
Okay, let's go over the commands. Sit. Good. Roll over.
Peter, I'm already schwitzing like crazy here. Let's call it a night.
I don't think Brian is really interested in the training. So, the day of the championship finally arrives, and although Brian is putting on the brand new Italian collar Lois got for him, the dog is low on motivation.
I don't think I can do this.
You can't back out now. Look, how about a pill? Something to relax you before you go on.
Oh, by the way, say no to drugs. After a really impressive start, Brian's pride takes over as the dog refuses to continue with the routine when Peter asks him to do some dog stuff like begging for a treat.
Come on, Brian, we had a deal.
Yeah, well, the deal's off. Me and the little shred of dignity I have left will be waiting in the car.
I almost forgot to mention that Brian's a dog with high standards. The drive back home is an absolute torture for Brian, and Peter continues to accuse him of not caring enough about the family.
Pull over now.
Fine.
Oh, God. Brian, don't do this.
Now on the streets alone, Brian is arrested by a cop after he fails to provide his license and his dog leash.
Sorry, sir, but leash laws are for his own good. The fine is $10. You behave, little fella, you hear me?
But instead of being grateful to Peter for coming to his aid, Brian continues in his foul, disrespectful attitude.
Oh, look at you, big man. Can't even afford to buy an air conditioner for your family.
The next morning, Brian, who's still holding a grudge, becomes even more disrespectful.
Oh, eat with us, Brian. I made cinnamon buns.
May I have one on a plate, or is Peter planning to balance it on my nose?
Following a big argument, which is really all about nothing, Brian decides to leave the house. But the dog soon discovers that life outside isn't as pretty as it looks.
Get away from me, you crazy animal! Do you want me to be a crazy animal? Okay, I'm a crazy animal.
Talk about having dignity. I wonder what's more degrading, performing at a dog show or attacking random strangers on the street. Unfortunately for Brian, he gets arrested and is sentenced to death by lethal injection. But Peter isn't going to give up on his dog. Thanks to Peter, the city council agrees to listen to Brian's case, and Brian decides to represent himself. But being a dog makes things even tougher.
Why are we listening to a dog? Take him away!
Meanwhile, Peter, now having understood the systems of the world, and comes to the rescue.
I'll give you each $20.
Deal, he can go.
That should teach Brian a lesson on humility.
The moral of this story is some people shouldn't hang out. Hell, that's how Lil Durk and King Von went to jail so many times. With that being said, make sure to comment, like, and or subscribe. It's your boy BlastphamousHD. Peace.